Woohoo! We made it. We made it. Why am I in a why am I in a corner?
Nobody puts Ken in a corner.
Why am I in a corner? It's okay. Hey, good day, adventurers. This is more Drunken Blade, and this is the Clockwork Nexus presents. I forgot what we called it. Kinship's Destiny. Kinship's Destiny is a new little thing we're going to be trying on Wednesday nights, 6 Pacific time. And all the other times, add 2 hours for Central, 3 hours for Eastern. If you're in Bangladesh, look it up because I don't know. What's going on, Brian? Why aren't you smiling? Well, we're going to jump right into this then. So, Kinship's Destiny is a pretty easy thing for us. We're going to base it off of Lost Mines of Fendelver and then that expansion to it, which is the Shattered Obelisk. Most of my players here have already played that before or know about it or read through it or DM'd it. So there are going to be twists and turns. So if you're a fan of either of those or both of those, the Shattered Obelisk, just understand that where there's supposed to be a hidden door, there may not be. And where there's a certain type of pit trap, may not be, because I'll be replacing stuff. Just to make it fun for everybody, we're going to use that as a basis for what we do. So what I want to do right now is just go right around real quick and just basically introduce yourselves for the first time, just who you are, who you're playing, and we'll move on rather quickly from that with Mr. Patrick.
Hello, my real name is Patrick. I go by Castlevania86 on the internet, the interwebs, on Twitter/X and Instagram. In this campaign, I will be playing Shanoa White Wolf, the half-elf fighter. And that's about all I got.
And our Dragonborn friends.
Hello, my name is Joshua. You can find me at luckily_cursed. Content coming soon. I will be playing Maluk's Emberweave, a Dragonborn sorcerer. Of what type? You'll figure it out pretty soon.
How about Rogue?
Right. Hello, everybody. I am Charles, and I will be playing a rogue by the name of Endymion Disceline. He's a high elf who has been down, but he didn't let that get in his way. So hopefully we find out more about him.
Mr. Brian.
There we go. Yes, I am Big Chief. You can find me on mostly the TikToks, newly on the Instagrams, doing things, mostly D&D related. Tonight, I am not DMing. As you can see, I'm down here, not up there. And I will be playing Thornton Wildsong, a dwarf druid who's all about the family.
Miss Pandora.
Hi, I'm Amy. Can be found on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube under Pandora Danger. I will be playing Kithwin Nightbottle, a barmaid / monk, and hopefully we're in for some fun. Yeah, that's it.
And Miss Sabrina.
Hi, I'm Lily, better known as Lady Lily, on here and pretty much all socials. I will be playing Sabrina de las Maravillas today, and she is a half-elf wizard who's trained her whole life to be a wizard by her mother, so let's see what she can do with that.
All right. So, I don't know why, but for some strange reason, I'm a little nervous tonight. I have so much excitement and anxiety built up. I'm going to pop on a light really quick.
You got this. We're all here for you.
We got this. It's not like in-game. For those of you that don't know, I'm mostly an in-person DM. I've done that for way too long. I've been playing since 1979, DMing probably since the mid 80s, just having a great time playing. And this fabulous guy right below me, Brian, convinced me to get online and start playing. And then reluctantly, we started a Saturday campaign with him and his family and online. And now we're going to try this out on a Wednesday. So with that being said, the backdrop for this entire experience, again, is going to be the Shattered Obelisk. Whether your party decides to continue this path or go on a different path, it doesn't make any difference to me. Why? Because we're playing on the continent of Faerun in using the backdrop of Forgotten Realms, which I've played for a long time. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Currently, they reside in a small town by the name of Floodblessed. It is about midway point between Neverwinter and the Neverwinter Woods. We're going to mark it as about a 2-day journey on either side to get to them. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. The year is 1491 DR. But I thought it would be appropriate to spend just a few minutes and backtrack and give a little history about the world they live in and what's going on currently in their world. Just a little history lesson really quick for some of those individuals that are not familiar with Forgotten Realms. Maybe if their only experience to Neverwinter has been the movie. Let's take it back to the Spell Plague. The Spell Plague officially ended in 1395, but unfortunately, Neverwinter, although it wasn't hit very hard with it, there was a lot of turmoil that existed throughout the continent of Faerun, southern coast of Faerun, quite heavily all the way down into the south of the continent. For Neverwinter itself, there formed a small plague land that was a entrance to the Underdark under Neverwinter, which nobody really ever talks about, but is there. Approximately in 1420, the mayor of Floodblessed sent for some help from the king, Nash Alagondar, to help out with the plague of their own in the town of Floodblessed. It basically just decimated their crops. They dried up the wells, and they just wanted to find out what was going on. Plenty of adventurers were sent to that area to try to figure it out, but fortunately, the last group of adventurers that made it through there, they were known as the Sons of Drunken Blade. I thought Brian might like that. And the Sons of Drunken Blade, although there are 13 of them, 6 of them found out that, yes, there was a labyrinth underneath Floodblessed that still exists to this day. And maybe their adventurers want to go down there at some point in time. But nevertheless, in 1451, the Mount Hotenau erupted, sending a pyroclastic flow that decimated parts of Neverwinter Woods, obliterated Thunder Tree, and Night's Edge. The outlying areas of Floodblessed were also partially destroyed, and Neverwinter was absolutely wiped off the face of the earth, per se. And that killed the entire ruling family, and Nash Alagander, he was the king at that time, so it wiped out that whole area. There have been rumors, rumors still exist, that a pregnant descendant of the Alagondar family escaped or fled to Icewind Dale, but that hasn't been substantiated yet. That's just a rumor that exists in canon. Somewhere between 1467 and 1468, Lord Neverember pooled all of his funds and wealth from Waterdeep, in which he was a lord there, and started reconstruction of Neverwinter, and he claimed that he was the protector, Lord Protector of Neverwinter. 1474, the so-called Sons of Alagondar led a campaign of insurgents and propaganda against Lord Neverember. They basically wanted a rightful heir to sit on the throne, not him. 1479, the Neverwinter Guard was was comprised mostly of mercenaries and bands of adventurers, just like you guys, and that they dealt with most of the threats. The sons of Allegandar had a very, very rudimentary feel within that at the time. They were basically descendants of those who served Nash Allegandar and formed the basis of the city watch known as the Winter Shield Watchmen. There were two specific groups that splintered off during this time of kind of nobody was really knowing what was going on, who was really in charge and building of Neverwinter. The two groups were the Nashers, led by Arland Bladeshaper. He was kind of a radical, and the Greycloaks, who were more of a militia, kind of helped establish some. They kind of fought against each other at points in time just to establish rule. And at that point in time, nobody really bought into Lord Neverember. But during that time, the so-called Nashers, they employed the dead rats of Luskan, coin spinners to move cargo up and down the Neverwinter river to aid in these revolts and this kind of backlash from Neverember. In 1489, Neverember was exiled from Waterdeep and took up residence in Neverwinter. Eventually, he was accepted as a lord of Neverwinter, and the sons of Allegandar decided that they should support him. And they basically took over the city guard for Neverwinter. But as always, there's always going to be some extreme loyalists still lurking around, looking for true heirs. Lord Neverember fought to remain Lord of Neverwinter for quite some time. In fact, until this day, we're using 1491. If you saw the movie, that's 1499-ish DR. And he got a really bad reputation. Individuals that came and said that they were the rightful heirs to the crown either turned up missing or they were put to the sword in these public displays. So a lot of people who even had maybe some kind of rudimentary feel like they had a bona fide or legitimate claim to the throne, most of them disappeared. And we're talking generations ago. Lord Neverember employed many different mercenaries throughout the years to seek out even rumors of heirs and dispatch them in the most horrific of manners. So we're back to 1491. And our lovely little party. It's a nice little evening. No clouds in the sky. The sun is already set and it's 7 p.m. The town inn is bustling. There are distinctly three different groups of individuals in this inn and tavern as Kithwin's hustling about, trying to serve them all, overhearing loud chatter. Maybe a group of individuals, 5 or 6, that seem to be relatively disgruntled at the fact that their employer is only paying them 10 gold pieces to move and guard some wagons. They're not really buying it. They don't really want to do it. They want more money, want more gold, and they're pretty disgruntled about it. But other than that, a familiar face, Eva, plays her lute and sings, getting a few coins tossed her way as she does. Miss Kithwin, what you doing?
Kithwin, a halfling, with sort of like strawberry blonde hair tied back with ribbons. She's bustling from table to table, grabbing dead soldiers here, putting out some new pints there. She definitely takes note of that conversation. Maybe pass that along. Could be useful to Edmund later. And just is continuously going along. Keeping an ear out in case anybody wants her attention in order to order something. She's just going around doing her busy work. Maybe she'll look up to see what her dad's up to, see if he needs any help with anything.
Inside the rankled So Rankled Boar Inn, we're going to call it an inn and a tavern. That just seems best because they have quite a large tavern area. What you'll find on any given night are small groups of adventurers that are either going to some grand adventure that they've been talking about or coming back, and young children from the town and eager adults and youth, such as yourselves, our party members, clamor around to listen to these tales of adventurers. All kinds of busyness is happening, and at the end of their shifts, our Edmund Millux, I'm probably saying that wrong again, Sabrina, all walk into the bar or into the tavern. It's busy night. I mean, you literally see Kithwin like 15 mugs of ale at a time, transferring them from table to table to table.
We should probably get our drinks at the bar. And Demian, what are you doing?
Edmund?
All right, Endymion, real
Sorry about
quick. That's fine. I was gonna say, Endymion is a high elf. He has kind of long red hair. You know, kind of been through it. Uh, I would go up to Wen, and I would ask her like how the drinks are. You just go up to her. Hello, Wen. How are the drinks tonight? Anything good you might recommend for tonight?
Oh, well, not anything on our normal services, but she glances over at that table. What they're having looks definitely interesting.
All right, sounds good. I might take you up on it, and then I'm just gonna take the drinks she has. I don't know what they are, but to make it seem like I ordered something and just go back.
Just some kind of ale.
She sighs as that was somebody else's order and goes back to grab some more.
And I just go back to the table with the drinks, and I just say to Sabrina and Malex, well, according to Wen, there's some interesting people in here tonight. So I might want to keep an eye out.
At that, Sabrina pulls out her book to kind of settle in. Sabrina, who is a half elf, she's about 5. I think I gave her like 5'2", ashy blue hair, very like ashy skin. She's just very like blue is it's her thing. She's also very immaculate. Her hair is very important to her. It always has to be perfect along with her face. This is her. It's a big deal. Kind of thing.
Both young and old people throughout this tavern, people that you know that live in town, people actually come that you know that live in town, locals kind of peek in and see how full the bar is, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna go down the block, or maybe they're just gonna go home. It's overly packed, and it's almost deafening at some point. You hear Eva trying to play even louder to kind of, you know, quell this overwhelming rumble of voices. Nobody's really trying to hide anything from what they're doing. It's just kind of loud. You definitely hear the 4 individuals. A 5th individual walks up, and they're like, "That fucking rock seeker, he fucking tries to get us every time. I'm done with this shit. I'm not taking his fucking shit to anywhere anymore. I'm not doing it. Fuck this. He gotta pay us more money. That damn, I'm not living on salted pork for the rest of my fucking life."
Hearing the weird outburst coming from over the table, Maluk's kind of gets a little bit concerned of where the noise is coming from. A sort of a dragonborn with a long neck. He kind of himself stands at a full height of about darn near 7 feet tall. A very tall individual for as young as he is. Just tries to shrink down and make himself as small as possible. Hearing all this, lightish red scales to him, also known as pink. Feathery hair kind of coming down off the back of his head to a braid as he kind of looks over. He's currently in the process of pouring himself some water in a cup. But as he looks over, well, it looks like the crowd's a little bit unusual tonight, maybe, or at the very least, just more angry people. Hopefully, it doesn't get too loud in here.
As you're, as this is
Look it
going
up.
on, you guys are kind of listening up, moving in, serving drinks back and forth. Almost near the front door, probably at the table closest to the front door, a small scuffle breaks out. These two humans don't know each other, are just fisticuffing each other, just bashing each other in the face. Both sides, you have two distinct groups of individuals. They look like adventurers of some sort, but they're just laughing and passing around coin like they're betting on who's going to win, and it's just a freaking little bar fight starts going on. The table gets broken, chairs start to be broken. Now one, now two, now three individuals join in. This little bar fight seems to be kind of getting out of control.
Oi, 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 oi. Take it outside, would you? Or at least give me 24 hours to start the betting pool.
A literal push out of the crowd pushes you back. Get back, woman, let them do that. And you see kind of a little circle of 4 or 5 guys packed in, just beating the bloody hell out of each other. Get back, woman. Just beating the living hell out of each other.
All right, guess it's time for this. Kithwin just kind of dusts herself, puts down her tray of stuff, and then goes to try and break up the fight by getting in the middle of it and just trying to like push off to the sides and nudge people out the door. Like, I don't care what you have going on. You have already caused damage to my bar. Get the fuck out.
Is anybody helping her?
Sabrina actually hears this whole exchange, hears them tell Kithwin to move, and all her response is to continue to raise like they don't know what they're in for.
Malukes moves to get behind the counter because he needs to be out of this.
Okay. Go ahead and let's make our first roll of the night. We're going to make it easy on you. Let's make a strength check real quick.
Okay. So that's a 20.
Okay. Malukes, give me a perception check real quick.
Sure, let me go ahead and get that. Not.
I have your passive, but since you ducked behind the bar, let's...
3.
You're definitely ducked behind the bar. Kitswin easily gets in between these two men, maybe standing 6, 8, 10 inches taller than her, pushing them back. You see the crowd quiet down, but they're all looking over her head, not at her. When in walk through the doors 2 individuals that are cloaked in dark blue, look like they have nice shiny breastplate armor with an insignia on the front of it that has 3 snowflakes on it. They both walk in, kind of look in the direction of the fight and how it was kind of this stir, and almost immediately one, A or B, it doesn't matter which of the groups, immediately gathers their stuff and starts walking out the door right by them. The other group, like, hastily kind of like, starts divvying out a couple gold to pay for whatever was broken. As soon as these two individuals walk in, as soon as they have walked in, they kind of glance around, they walk right back out. But this fight seems to have disappeared for the moment.
Can I roll an insight check on the individuals that just popped in? That's a 19.
So keep in mind, you guys have seen a lot of things and you have a lot of history. And these are easily recognized as guards from, and kind of the highest tier of guard per se, from Neverwinter. And they don't belong here.
I was about to say,
guards
yeah.
come here just to come here.
And they've already they peeked in and then they walked right out.
Yeah.
I'm
It was
gonna
just a flash moment. Everybody kind of saw them and was like, okay. And then people left and they walked away as well. Walked out.
I'm just gonna look back at my friends, see if Millux peeks up over the bar, and just make a gesture of, did you guys just fucking see that?
It's over
See
with,
what?
right?
Yeah, Mel, you can get out. Or you can get out of the from behind the bar. It's fine.
Okay.
Make sure you bring a drink with you, though.
I don't hear it and just come back to the table.
So while that's occurring and you're pondering what your thoughts will be for the moment, we're going to make our way back down to the forge. At the forge, both Thordrin and Shanoa, cleaning up what's left and boxing up what's left of an order. Thordrin, you see somebody that you saw months ago, but you know him quite well. You see Gundren Rockseeker.
You're muted.
All right. I know what I'm doing. So to follow with everybody else, Thorgrin is just kind of sitting there while Shanoa is doing most of the work. He is a short dwarf, even for dwarfs. He's only about 4'1". But he is ripped as shit, just tatted everywhere, mostly self-done. But you do see some of the better work that has been done by some of the masters in town. Apparently he has a fresh new tattoo, like right on the face, Mike Tyson style. He has a kind of long brown hair that he has in a tight undercut, so he kind of has it tied back because he's working in the forge and he doesn't want to lose any of his pretty hair. And he has a pretty good like amount of stubble that he calls a beard. Because, you know, he's a young dwarf, so he's working on it. But upon seeing Gundren, he just kind of like looks at him and just kind of thinks to himself, like, I'm pretty sure I'm related to that guy somehow. Like,
Gundren is a family member of Delric and Tishmira, your aunt and uncle. They're all directly related. And he's just staring at you like, he looks over at Shanoa, looks back at you. Not doing anything like usual, huh, you little fuck?
Shanoa just chuckles. Damn right he ain't.
What have you been up to?
In the morning.
He gives you a big old slap on the back and a headbutt. What have you been up to?
Well, forging in the morning, tattooing in the afternoon, then coming back to pick up her mess.
Like usual, lazy,
Yep.
lazy
What can I say?
half elf. But nevertheless, she is family, so we must
Yeah.
do what we must do. But nevertheless, I'm here to pick up the rest of my goods. I got another cart coming with 2 oxen that we're going to load up and make our way tomorrow. So if you could get that done this evening for me, it'll be greatly appreciated.
Oh yeah, Shanoa will have it done, no problem.
Those fucking lazy guys I hired them once before. And they're such a bunch of panty waists.
So when are you
Last-
going to give me a shot, Uncle?
Shot?
I want something to do. I've been saying it. I want something to do that's not loading carts.
You talk to your uncle. Your uncle needs you here, at least until the next season, correct?
Mm. Let's be fair. I'm really not here much anyway.
Damn right.
Shut up. You missed a weld on that Damascus thing, by the way. So, you suck.
Well, maybe when I get back from Fandolin this time, I'll see if I can do something for you. But for now, I have a lead on something, and I gotta get with Sildar this afternoon or later this evening. We'll probably be leaving a little bit early in the morning, but I'll make sure that somebody gets back to you about where I'm at and what I'm doing. And if your uncle can let you go, we'll see what we can do for you. It's the least I can do if he can let you go. But I've got to make my way back and find these fucking idiots. They're probably getting drunk and probably won't wake up until mid-morning tomorrow. They got the long drive. But please have the carts ready for me in the morning.
Not a problem, boss. And as Gundren goes to turn around, like he is met face to face with a big brown bear that is just sitting there and just starts licking him in the face and just Bar!
What the fuck are you doing? Sit down, you stupid
Talk
animal.
about that.
You dumbass.
Bar.
You shouldn't.
Sit.
Shanoa, how have you been doing?
Well, I'm doing double the work because someone likes to run off and do tattoos or play with his bear in the woods or who
Your
knows what
double
he-
work is the same as my half work, so
Oh, you two bicker. It's not.
He looks up to me, literally and figuratively.
Well, gives you a high five. I will see you in the morning. Pick up my stuff. But I got to be running. Is the damn bar still open? It's what is this?
Well, if somebody was helping me, we would have already been there by now.
what's that? I can't hear you. I'm walking Uncle to the bar. You're
Fine,
awfully far
I'll
away,
give you a
Shanoa. Far. I can't.
again.
What? Can't hear you.
Brothers and sisters. It's too bad that she wasn't a dwarf. It would have been funny, a little more funny. But it is what it is. Still family.
Yeah.
So as you guys make your way, not too far, moon's just starting to rise, just the tiniest bit. You do see 2 individuals. They're probably 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", kind of tall, bulky individuals. Cloaked, dark. It's dark out, but cloaked. And they're look like they're really on a mission to make their way towards what you can only presume is the more central portion of town, and where the mayor would live. But other than that, a hastily beating feet group of 4 or 5 guys come kind of like past you as they're going down to probably some tents that they've pitched on the river. And you just start to hear this music and loud voices. coming from the inn. As you guys can make your way in, if that's what you choose to do.
So I sit there and I just look at the uncle and, hey, uncle, you want to see something funny? I got something for you. And I hop on bar and kind of kick him to drive him into the bar. Well, into the tavern.
It's when your father, as soon as that happens, is just like starts mean mugging you. We are not going to do this again, Kitwin. Get your friends out of here with their animals. No horses, no pets, no bears, no elk. No servants.
Okay. Does that mean I can have my break?
Well, it seems that they have left and you've served everybody. Sure, we'll give you 15 quick ones. And pick up your tips too. You may need them.
Okay.
So, like, when Thornton runs in their riding bar, she just looks over and it's like, and I'm the adopted one, apparently.
I'm also gonna grab like something I can give the bear as a treat because I love that. I love that little guy. And I motion for the rest of my friends to be like, come on. I don't have a whole lot of time. I only got 15. Let's go see what's happening.
All right, bar, back it up. And I kind of like kick him twice and he just starts walking backwards.
That means you too, Lux. Malux.
Malukes. I had to write it phonetically.
So did I.
Yeah, Malukes was in the process of like mending a plate back together, but hearing it's like there's break time. Also, Kit's dad showing up again. He just kind of puts it back on a slanted table that's been shattered by the fight and just goes, I'll get back to that. And just goes and like rushes outside upon seeing the bear.
So does the entire group come out? The entire party?
Yes.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah.
So again, as you guys all kind of get outside, and Kithwin is definitely been working her butt off all night, making good tips. Lots of people coming through. The inn is completely booked. Some houses and some other residences, either on this street or on other streets adjacent to it, they would rent out rooms or rent out the barn, or if there was no place for individuals to sleep, people will put up tents on the river. It's not uncommon, but it's rather busy again still. You've probably had a third of the bar cleared out just in a minute and a half after a bar fight. And if you are kind of looking in the direction of center of town, you do see the two individuals kind of still walking by or proceeding down to the center of town, where again, that would be where the mayor's residence is at.
So upon seeing those guys, I'll just kind of like lean over to Gundren and, you know who they are?
They look like Neverwinter Guards.
But that is weird, right? They normally, like, not the big fancy ones. They don't normally come out this far, right?
Not unless they've been sent to go do something specific, or maybe they wouldn't even send them out if they were looking for somebody. That's not. They would send out a different and much more. Maybe there's more around, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Maybe they thought they could pick someone up looking that fancy. Not sure though.
I mean, do we follow them? See what's going on? Or do you think that'll just get us in more trouble?
Kit, I don't think their business is our business, so...
There's nothing else to do. I'm with Kithwin. Let's follow.
Following cops is only a good idea. Never works out badly.
Maybe it will be fun. Maybe it has to do with what you overheard in the bar.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
some spicy drinks.
At that point, Gundren.
If Thornton says not to follow the cops, it's probably best not to follow them.
And since when do you listen to Thornton?
Never.
Never.
So we're going back inside, right?
Oh, come on, Malux. What if it's something interesting? Please.
The Dragonborn kind of like peers out, the halfling, probably the tallest person in this group, looks at her, looks at the cops, looks back at the tavern, looks around, and is just
Come on,
lost and
Luke.
is like cannot make the decision himself, so is going to go with wherever the group goes.
Well, Gundren's going to break loose from you guys. Have fun with your break. I have to go inside, and meeting him almost half gate walking in is Sildar. That's his kind of ever faithful companion, Sildar Hallwinter, a human. If I haven't mentioned it before, Gundren is a dwarf, and they both go into the bar, or into the tavern. Sorry, keep calling it a bar. And you guys are outside. Plenty of people, friends, people waving, hey, how you doing? How's the bar going? Walking back and forth. It's kind of a busy night. It's not, it's not 9 o'clock. It's not time to go to sleep like most farmers, but it's a nice evening, probably in the mid 70s. And those two individuals, because of the way the road is shaped, the direction, you can see they actually walk straight up the stairs to a small 2-story mansion, which you know to be the mayor's mansion. Standing there, kind of looking at them for a moment, you see the door open. No hesitation, they both walk in, and the door is closed.
Well, that
Okay,
certainly
going
wasn't
to see the
further at the
mayor.
end of the
Mystery solved.
rainbow.
Yeah, I guess okay. I mean, Edmund, you could go and take a listen for us, can't you?
I mean, yeah, but anything in particular you want to know?
I don't know. What does Neverwinter want with our mayor? It's not like we have anything important going on. Come on, this could be exciting.
All right, but you might as well do a little bit of distraction so I can get a good position on them then. Maybe you can ask Malux for some help in that. And I will go into stealth mode. I was waiting for their signal for me to get close.
So as he sits there talking about a distraction, and I'm sitting on like a big ass brown bear, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, distraction. That should be difficult.
A very, very scared Dragonborn looks over at the
I got
bear.
a 26 on stealth.
Luke, why are you so nervous? You know Bar is perfectly fine as long as he likes you.
I just don't like how you're using the word distraction.
Well, we can do lots of stuff.
Did you say distraction or destruction?
I heard
just-
destruction.
A couple of children run up, kind of putting their hand through the fur as they walk by. They're going from back to front of the bear. One of them has an apple in hand, takes a bite out of it, and kind of hands it to the bear, sees what the bear's going to do. He's not going to bite me. No, he's going to bite your arm off. He's going to rip it off. He's a bear. No, he's not. He's not going to do anything. Watch. Just give him No, you got to put the apple in your hand flat. Don't hold on. It'll take your fingers off. No.
So, upon seeing that, and I kind of like brush back the fur that they disrupted, like, and then I just kind of pet Bar in a very specific way that he knows, and he kind of like sits there and he goes like, I hop off, and he goes up on his 2 legs and kind of does this little roar thing before like going back down to all fours, just looking like a big ass puppy and taking the apple.
4 or 5 more people kind of gather around and kind of enjoy what they're seeing. Maybe a couple individuals that aren't locals, just kind of people that are just kind of, wow, dancing bear. Who figured? Go figure. While that's happening, um, what is our rogue doing? Are you making your way up the stairs to
Yeah,
the house?
yeah,
Up
making
the
my
stairs?
way to get a good hearing advantage.
Okay. You make your way up the stairs. There's just a small set of stairs. And as you make your way to the small set of stairs, to the left and to the right, this area for seating, a couple of chairs, and you kind of sneak behind one of the chairs and small framed window. Put your ear to the glass and kind of hear what sounds like a discussion of something or probably something being sighted in the east near the Neverwinter Woods. Something about it being reported a few times, but they don't believe it. But they thought that someone should come and see what was going on there. They don't seem to be agitated. They don't seem to be. They're just nonchalant about it, almost disregarding it. Maybe even like, well, they're gonna. We'll stay here for the night. We'll head out in the morning if we have to, but this is just a bunch of bullshit again. I send out in a wild goose chase. We see something flying in the sky all of a sudden, and everybody's got to go take a peek. But nevertheless, that's really all you get. Maybe some other. Have you eaten? Your rooms are upstairs. Just random conversation that to you doesn't mean a damn thing. Anything specific after that you want to do?
I'm gonna wait a little bit more just in case, because they're here, they're important, and then they were like so careless about that. So I'm see if anything more interesting I can manage to like see or hear.
Okay.
Before I go back.
So back at the tavern, again, it seems like most all of the rowdy patrons have dispersed. Quieter conversations. Eva's still singing along, telling some tale, picking on her lute, and picks up her small cup that she has. It's all painted and got a few coins in it, and eagerly divvies out half and half of the coins and gives half the coins to Kithrin as usual, and sits down and probably orders something to eat. Other than that, at the back of the bar where the 4 or 5 individuals were sitting kind of complaining earlier about Gundren, this argument seemingly gets a little more animated, and Gundren just like gives him that wave off kind of thing. Go do what you want to do then. I don't need you. I'll get my nephew to do it then. Fuck you all. And as he turns around and walks out, he bumps straight into Thordrin, grabs you by the kind of the scruff of your collar. We have something to talk about. Let's go. Shanoa, you might want to come too. Escorts you right outside the bar, right outside the tavern. It seems that these worthless individuals want to take more money than what it's worth. And look, you said you want something to do as long as it's okay with your uncle, and you get my wagons filled up with the items that I provisions and things I need to be put in there that I ordered from your uncle. You get them done in the morning and you leave. Take them to. I'll get you everything, a little small map, and it's a few days away, but it's not very far. You're basically going to be going to Phandalin. It's not that far away, 5-6 days away at best. Although we like to fast track travel here, we will be doing so. He just gives you some information that he just needs those 2 wagons taken to Barthren's provisions in the city or in the town. As soon as you get there, you'll be paid 20 gold pieces, but he needs at least 4, a minimum of 4 of the people to help out. He can give you 20 gold pieces. He's got some packs already packed up you guys can have. Other than that, food will be on each wagon. Hay for the oxen. It'll be taken care of. You just have to drive them there.
We're in.
I'm out. We're in.
We're in.
Chanel.
Like, you got no
Shut up,
details.
we're in.
He just
Enough.
Enough.
We're in. This is, you know what? This is our chance. We can get our 4 other people. We just so happen to know 4 other people.
I'm
can
not
get
denying.
out of this town.
You ask no questions. You need to think before you say. I'm not going to say we wouldn't say
Ugh.
no, but at least get some details.
He said Vandalin. Bartholomew's provisions or some shit.
Okay,
Take
so
the
you
stuff-
go
get
deliver
the
this
stuff
to
there.
Bartholomew. You didn't even listen to him. You just blindly jump into something like you always do.
You know, it's worked out
It's
so far.
Barthren, not Bartholomew.
Whatever. I got the B right.
Well, do you have anybody who would want to go with you?
I'm sure we have
So-
4 willing participants.
Well, we have 3 willing participants and the Dragonborn who I can probably convince to come. Probably,
Well-
maybe.
I'll give 20 gold pieces. Oh, once you get there, let Elmina know to restock and provision you. You'll be taking 1 cart back. But other than that, they should be able to take care of you. If you wanted to spend the night there, spend the day there, or spend a few days there, I'm sure she will take care of you.
We will do this task, and I am so absolutely sure that it will be just as
Yeah.
simple and boring as you say that it will.
It's just
And I'm sure we will be back in a couple days.
just sit on top of the wagon, steer the wagon. It should be easy for you to handle.
So there's no possible way Thoradin could mess this up.
Maybe. I don't think so. It's not supposed to rain. You won't get stuck in the mud. It's just pretty much a straight shot. You head to down.
It's okay. If we get stuck in the mud, we can just take the stick out of her ass and get us unstuck. Let's go.
Look, just you'll be heading out of town. You'll take the shortcut out of town to the high road. Turn left. Keep following the high road till you hit Tribor. Turn left. Bada bing, bada bang.
I gotta be honest, Thordrin is not paying attention. He's just thinking about adventure right now.
So, what are the rest of you doing inside the tavern?
I'm basically going over to Maluk's and being like, can I borrow that cool mending thing you can do again? They really fucked up this table and dishes.
Yeah. Can we? I'll take it to the back room and start working on it if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. Here, I'll help you.
And Malukes will assist Kithwin in getting some of the furniture into the back and using mending and prestidigitation, cleaning stuff off grime, all sorts of other things. It takes a minute, but at the very least, being in a space where he's not being watched, it's a little bit more calming to him. So, no idea about any of that conversation that was happening whatsoever outside or anything like that. He's just, but just this is one of those few times where Kit can actually see like a little bit of a breath be taken, and as he just gets to calmly work on like just utilizing magic, as you just see splinters reflex and go back into being whole. Table legs are being reattached, all sorts of other things.
That is still so cool.
I mean, yeah, it's something at least.
So at that moment, I would like burst back into the bar, really excited. Hopefully
Jesus,
not
watch the
tearing
door.
loose. I didn't break it this time. It's fine. Okay. Kithwin's here. Luke's, you're here.
Huh?
And Endymion, is he? Where is he? Is he here?
Up on a rooftop somewhere, I'm sure.
Sneaking around. Sneak.
Well, we need him here, and I like kind of like give a sharp whistle that would indicate like that we use whenever he's sneaking around doing his thing. And I kind of like look at Sabrina like, Bree, up here. Yo,
Yes.
sweet. Okay, so
Sabrina was just in a very good scene in the horror book. So she was like, what?
is it horror or romance this time?
There
Both?
have been no romantic scenes, only vicious and violent deep decapitations with teeth. How can I help you?
You know, in some
Is that
cultures.
further to be
Never
romanced?
mind. So check it. Okay. I know we all kind of got a lot going on here, but I need help. You know, I've been talking about getting to like not here, to be elsewhere.
If only.
We got a
Ooh,
shot.
to expand your
And I like take
vocabulary.
Catherine by the hands, like really excited, like we got a shot.
What do you mean?
My uncle has a wagon he needs delivered to Vandalin? The Mandolin.
Mandolin.
Yep.
Shinoa,
Definitely what my uncle said.
Shinoa just
You
puts
mean
her hand
Vandalin?
over her face.
Yeah, that's what I said. Totally what I said.
Okay.
You mean like we'd be gone for a few days?
Yeah. And we'd get paid like, you know, like real adventurers.
But Dad needs me here at the bar. Do you think he'd let me?
It's just a couple days. I'm
So-
sure if Uncle can manage, I'm sure your dad can manage, probably.
So as about 8 o'clock ish, around that point in time, starts to roll around. We're going to introduce somebody new to help out a little bit. A very voluptuous female wood elf named Ivrin Tailfeather, who has only worked at the tavern just a few weeks and only does the night shifts. Makes her way in like she was probably supposed to be there 2 hours ago, but is there now, and just like, what's going on? Who are all? What are you doing? What? Just seeing this debris of the fights and those kind of things, and
It was just a little. No, it's okay, Luke. I got you. It's nothing. There was a little bit of a kerfuffle. Luke's and I we're taking care of the repairs. It's okay. Everything's fine.
this used to happen to me all the time in Neverwinter. It's ridiculous. These men fighting and doing things that's just beyond reproach. It's just
Beyond.
But- beyond. But most definitely, if well, I'm here to work until it's closed, and I hear that we're all filled up in the inn, so I won't have to do anything until the morning. Is there any other things that need to be cleaning besides this mess, and then cleaning up the riff raft after they're gone?
No, it should be a pretty calm night at this point. And thanks for taking the evenings. I was starting to get a little, lost of sleep, a little loopy, doing both morning and opening and close and all that.
Well, I am a night owl, so she kind of adjusts her bodice.
Thoradin,
That's
if
cool.
you keep staring, you'll go blind.
No,
Thoradin,
that's something else.
you're about a foot shorter than her. She's quite a wood elf specimen.
So,
Doesn't look like she belongs. Let's just make this simple. It doesn't look like she's done any farm work in her entire life.
so
And she
So
just
at that moment, like you notice like bar starting to come back into the bar, and I'm like, no, go, wait, don't go.
Right on cue.
That was a snap.
Outside. I'm not
Anyway,
looking anymore.
So from your tips, Kithwin, you received 8 silver tonight.
Can I get her name
does that
again, by the
include
way?
what I got from Ava? Okay.
Mhm, which was 4.
Can I get her name
speaking-
again?
I'm
Quick.
sorry.
Can I get her
Yeah.
name again?
IVRAN Tailfeather.
Speaking of Ava, is she still around?
She's probably went back upstairs because there's really no place for her to sit and journal or read. It's a little bit loud for her. Remember, she's an older elven woman, and she probably went back upstairs to her room, her normal room, whichever one that would be, room number 1, and it's probably.
I think Kithwin is trying to mull this choice over in her head. Even if it is only for a few days, she hasn't been away from the bar or her dad ever. So before she plucks up the courage to ask Dad if she can go on this thing,
come on,
she figured maybe
it's our chance.
I know, man. Just listen. Give me 5 minutes to think about this, okay? So she'll go. She'll get she'll grab a little bit of the spare wine and go upstairs like a peace offering to Ava's room and just kind of knock on the door.
Okay. It's a good 30 seconds. I mean, this is not a long, it's a small room with a bed, maybe some little amenity, but nothing more, maybe a small chair. It shouldn't take somebody this long to get to there. But as you do hear these footsteps approaching the door, and you hear an odd series of clicks prior to the door kind of slowly opening to a dark room. May I help you?
Oh,
Oh, Kithwin, how are you? Come in.
I brought a little peace offering. I thought I could ask him some advice if you have the time.
Oh, I was just putting my nightshirt on, and of course. And with a little wisp of her hand, you see a candle in the corner kind of flare up and illuminate the room with a nice little warm orange glow. And what can I help you with, dearie?
Before you started being an adventurer, did you have family or someone you had to leave behind to do it?
Well, of course, most of us do. It's I left my family at a relatively young age. I've moved around a lot up and down the Sword Coast, but why? What troubles you?
I have an opportunity to maybe get out of town for a few days and kind of get a taste of that life you're always talking to me about, and I don't know if it's the right thing. I mean, yeah, Dad has the new girl, but she doesn't know everything the way I know it.
Dearie, nobody will. You were basically born and raised in this tavern and inn. Nobody's going to know the ins and outs and the squeaks and all the little things that happen in the middle of the night that people are afraid of. And nobody knows the stock as well as you. From a young age, you've been able to procure some of the finest beverages in this part of town. That's why people keep coming back. Your strength and beauty, I mean, they were admired.
Well, that's exactly it. I'm good at this, but it's not. I don't love it like Dad loves it. But am I a bad person for? I'm all he has, and if something happens to me out there, well, I remember what he was like after Mom died, but I really want to go. I'm just confused.
You shouldn't be confused. The path that you decide to take, whether it's stay here and inherit the business probably at some point in time, or to go out and adventure and see some part of the world, I would always err on seeing something that you haven't seen before. Taking a small trip, even going to Neverwinter can be a quite enlightening time. But if you have an opportunity to travel with friends and maybe make new friends along the way, your father has plenty of friends here that he can rely on if anything was to be, happen to him. I don't
guess
think
you're
I would
right.
worry about it. I would
Okay.
definitely tell him.
Right. I should just go ask him and see if it's okay. I mean, it's only a few days. I'll probably be back before you know it, and I'm fretting for no reason.
It is what it is, dearie. It's going to be. You're young enough. You may start your traveling adventures and seeking out different experiences and realize that that is not what you want to do and that your heart calls to home. But you'll never know until you do it. And we all look at our parents in a way in which we don't want to disappoint them, but we have to leave the nest at some time, and that's the trouble that I dealt with for quite a long time. But I was able to be prosperous. I was able to bring a little bit more wealth to my family and make their lives a little easier. Maybe at some point, if you made enough wealth, you could hire somebody to manage while your father takes the rest of his years fishing or whatever he likes to do.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm just making a big deal out of nothing. Thank you.
When I'm here, you're more than welcome to come talk to me, and I will take that decanter of wine, and I will put myself to sleep. But if you need me, don't hesitate to knock.
Okay.
After
Thank
4
you.
a.m. After 4 a.m., maybe let me get a little sleep. And
Oh,
I
yes,
wake
yes, of course. I'm so sorry. Please get some sleep, Ava. I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Good night, dearie.
Good night.
She closes the door, and you kind of hear this little shuffle again, and then an odd series of clicks. You know that's not the lock on the door is a simple. This is like
Mhm.
like 100 series of clicks.
I'm sure Thoradin is right outside the door.
Huh?
Oh, yes, all right. I just have to get permission from Dad, and I'm in.
Yes.
Do you want to help me ask him?
Sure. Yes, I'm in.
Okay.
So as you guys start to make your way down the stairs, we're going to go over to our rogue for a second. After about half an hour or 45 minutes, you really don't hear much else. Again, sitting in this kind of a front room, these two individuals and the mayor have the two individuals have taken off their armor. They look much more leisurely. They're just talking about political things and the state of Neverwinter and the agricultural yields of the town of Floodblessed and how this year was pretty prosperous for the town. They make a laugh and joke about how more towards Neverwinter, one of the small children was gobbled up by an excessively huge frog or toad. They had to basically net this thing and yank it out of its mouth before it was disappeared. Just random stuff that doesn't really lead you anywhere. If you were to stay more than another hour or so, they would all retire to small bedrooms upstairs.
Yeah, I think I mainly hang back so I can process what I had heard, if I heard that correctly, because I'm just gonna take out my oh my god, what is it called? My spyglass and kind of just spin it around, and I'll just head back to the inn.
Malukes, are you finished yet?
Hearing the whole we can get out of town sort of situation and kind of letting that wash over him. He kind of Malukes has probably been overlooked by everyone else during this whole time and has just kind of gone into like a weird fuzzy like white noise feedback like a tinnitus sort of zone where he's just thinking to himself like, hold on, get out of here. And he starts weighing the pros and cons, and but the fact that his buddy Thordrin is definitely wanting to be in on this, and the fact that he's going to be going, there's a lot of mixed feelings about what's happening, and especially since Kit's involved, and then more and more everything else along those lines. He just kind of swallows a large lump going down his long neck as he just goes, okay, well, and just kind of resolves himself that, okay, I need to go talk to Moms. And but he just kind of says that to himself, not even sure if anyone else heard it. I'm sure at this point everyone probably just assumes he's going to go along or try to go along with it anyways.
Shanoa, what are you doing?
Just mainly just keeping an eye on Thornton. I'm like, he's gonna screw this up somehow.
And as she says that out loud, it is now canon, because I rolled a 6 on an acrobatics check to slide down the railing, that apparently I have racked my good berries on the newel post at the end.
Ooh.
2 or 3 patrons kind of look, kind of watch you stumble to the ground, start chuckling. One of them like starts to hand you like this half drunk mug of ale. You probably need this, kid.
Yeah, thank you.
This here all week.
He never learns, does he?
No, he doesn't.
I mean, I think that would have looked cool if you.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it one of these days. I'm gonna get it. It's fine.
Sabrina, what are you doing?
Sabrina at this has, believe it or not, been contemplating as she's reading her book, and she's decided that she's at least going to ask to see if she'd be allowed to go, knowing full well that it's going to be a fight no matter which way she comes at it, since her mother is not too keen on her leaving home just yet.
Okay.
So she starts grabbing her things a little bit silently. And as she's getting up to leave, she just kind of says to Shanoa and Thornton, it's like, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to go get in a fight with my mother to appease you, Thornton. Never say I don't like you.
Good luck.
You just see a thumbs up from the floor.
Do you need any backup? I know she can get a little intense.
Oh, no. Everyone should stay far away from the apothecary, at least until we're out of town.
Okay.
Well, I think I recall her mom being a little rough. On the other hand, I have 2 mothers I got to deal with.
Does anybody have any?
My mom's also a wizard. Keep that in mind. She's also a wizard.
Grand cosmic power. No child.
So it's about 8:15ish or so. It's getting a little later in the evening. The streets are kind of a little bit more empty than they were before. Not too many people out. A lot of the locals that you know and that you've seen, including children, have probably all gone back to their homes. Most of them either on their specific trade that they work on, or if they work out in the fields, will be up early in the morning anyway, so they probably took off. Really the only thing left in the tavern, a small group of weary looking adventurers or travelers, probably getting ready to go up to bed, finishing whatever meal and ale they have, picking up their dice and cards. And the small group of individuals that got in that kind of a kerfuffle with Gundren earlier, they're probably, all of them are probably pretty lit by now, if not 1 or 2 of them being passed out. Maybe a couple of their buddies are just trying to wake them up and shuffle them out the front door. They are not staying at the inn. They're probably staying in a tent or something like that down by the river. It's 9 o'clock. It probably starts to clear out. Are we going to have individual discussions with each of our family members?
Not unless you think it's necessary.
Group persuasion check.
I was gonna say, since I'm already
Awesome.
back at the inn, as everybody except for Sabrina, because she left, but she already knows about this. I would, um, I was just gonna offer about before everybody leaves and gets their permission slip signed. Um, Shanoa and Thornton, I don't remember the other day at the barge, but there's something most important I must discuss with you guys if you want to meet up later about it. And then I'm still like twirling my little spyglass, kind of nervous, which should give you guys a hint about something. But yeah, whenever you guys are able to, somewhere where it won't be overheard.
And you guys probably best out of anybody in town probably know the little hangout spot where the teens hang out, the little spot around the corner where nobody goes.
We got our fort.
That's a little ways away, but it's evening. If you want to venture out of town in the evening, you can do that, but that's up to you guys. But you can find a small secluded spot before you all break to your respective residences, if that's what you want to do.
I guess we would go to a dark, secluded alley, right?
Behind the tavern.
Yes.
Because Maluk's will be doing the dishes.
Okay.
This is the time when he does that.
Good job, Luke. You got this.
Yeah. This is one of the few times that Maluk's is able to practice his magic again, without the massive public eye scrutinizing him during the whole thing. So he's just using shape water over and over, just against the dishes.
Okay. That little small screen back door that exits the back of the tavern into the alley where empty kegs and things are. There's probably a chair or two set up back there for breaks. You guys probably know it quite well, and it's secluded enough that you would, unless somebody was trying to sneak up on you, you would probably hear anybody walking down the alleyway, anything like that. It seems quite out of the way for a conversation.
Well, you happen to miss all the fun and excitement. Thoradin just ended his chance of having children while you were gone.
No, I didn't. I'm fine.
Probably the world's a better place now. So anyway, what's troubling you?
Well, it correlates with what I heard back at the mayor's office, but I just couldn't. I mean, I thought I was just, it must have been something, but the other night when I was out, relaxing by the water, just chilling, I found a spyglass, and I was just, you know what? Let's see if it works. Maybe I can get some quick money out of it. And I was just, doing our adventure things that we do since one of the books we read and whatnot. And when I looked out through it, I saw a silhouette of this huge thing with a long neck and wings. And those two guards in town were basically
My Lux doesn't have wings. Or did you mean something else?
No, I don't know what it was. It was just a silhouette. It was just a silhouette over.
I thought you were peeping.
And then it just flew back down. And they came here to confirm it with the mayor that it's causing all kinds of ruckus, fucking shit up. Well, at least we don't have to go anywhere soon.
A funny story.
Funny story.
Oh, right.
Very funny story.
Not so funny, but a little funny.
Coming from you, it's probably a little funny.
So we're going on a road trip.
Oh yeah, where are you guys going? Your uncle having you go somewhere?
I'll let Thoradin. It's Thoradin's scheme, or his.
It's not a scheme. It's a job.
Oh, it's just a scheme. Well, hopefully it's well prepared, and he took down info and everything.
Oh yeah, he took very detailed notes.
Yep,
Right.
we got to take a wagon to Bartholomew in Mandolin.
Vandalin.
Mandolin.
By the way, Malukes, are you actually going to tell your moms you're running away this time, or
That
is
seems
it
like
going to
a
be a
bad idea.
surprise?
Um, I'm gonna talk to them.
About
And
leaving?
you go, it says job related.
Yeah, it's just
Or you just leave it on your own.
they're just how protective they are. They don't want me leaving town, so
You can make them feel better by saying, I got your back.
Well, God, they're never gonna let him leave the store then.
You know what, Shanoa? You're a wonderful human being.
Thank you.
I thought I was the human.
Well, yeah.
But Belush just kind of wiggles his head a bit. Well, at the very least, I can tell them I'm bringing the bear, so they'll probably feel better about that. Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Enmian, you're supposed to come with us too. It's a good chance to earn some coin for your mom.
You guys
And
not
you
hear
may
about the
find-
flying shadow?
And you may
Did they?
find more. And you may
Was there
find
a
more
bonus?
random spyglasses laying around too.
The shadow is interesting. The shadow could also just be a bit of indigestion you had.
Okay, what about the guards that came out from out of town? They're saying there was a huge creature and whatnot.
Well, how about we do this? We don't have to leave on the trip till tomorrow morning. We could do a stakeout tonight, see if we see anything, any big shadows with long necks and wings. And, if that's worth pursuing, we'll pursue it.
Which direction was the shadow in? Muted.
Hold on, let me check my notes to be. I have it.
East.
And off the top
Where's
of my head, would I know
Mandolin?
which direction Vandalin would be in?
Well, Thornton got the info for the mission, so close, no?
Yep, totally got all the information. Completely.
So
100%.
you guys, so you all, again, living here for a long time, understand that where he's describing what he's described is the edge of the Neverwinter forest due east, quite some distance away. It was very, very far away. He just saw this little kind of speck. And that would be in the same vicinity of Thunder Tree, where you've been told, do not go there. Ever since you were little beady babies.
All right, so Vandalin's not that way, so we're good.
Are you saying a shadow came from the shadowy place of which we do not speak or go to?
Well, I mean, considering what the guard said, I don't think it's there anymore. Where did the guard say it was again?
We didn't find it.
The guards didn't find it.
They just knew that it was east. That's all you heard.
So
They
where are
did-
we taking the wagon? What direction?
You guys will be headed more south.
All right, south.
South and a little inland.
All right.
Almost that like 80 degree angle away from where.
Is this perhaps the job that the people in the bar were complaining about, that it doesn't pay enough?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 and 2.
You guys try bargaining for more, since apparently nobody wants to do it?
No, because somebody just said, "Hey, I have a job," and it was yes, we'll take
Okay,
it.
for one, it's our uncle or great uncle or twice removed some bullshit. I don't know. I'm related to him. You don't bargain with family.
How much does it pay
For
then?
two, what he's paying is more than we make. at the bar, at the forge, at whatever Andy does.
I mean, some of us just kind of want to get out of here, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to speak with Will before I leave, but I mean, there's nothing much else that holds me back. You guys can trust on me for things. Often. Maybe.
See? There we go. Perfectly well thought out plan. Everything will go exactly as it should.
As we're traveling to Mandolin, right?
And
That's what I said. Fandolin. I said Fandolin. You're mishearing things.
So as you all kind of scatter to your residences, and some of you reluctantly having conversations with individuals that probably do not want you to go, but you probably convince them that you will just be gone for a few days. Just a couple. What I would like all of you to do is I need an individual perception check from each of you. And then after that, I would like a group perception check.
So individual is 26.
Seeing as I haven't used it and the day is about to come to a close, I will go ahead and use Tides of Chaos! And I'll roll with advantage.
Okay.
Mine was individual 9 and group 10.
Okay.
Individual is 21.
So the group one will be 19 for me. I don't trust Ken, so I pumped a lot into perception.
15, or well, just let me know when you're ready, Ken.
Yeah. Go ahead.
15 individual, group 13.
Was there a... Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I got a 14. And do I just roll like a 20 for the group, or is it somewhere else?
Yeah, I'll average it out.
6. I'm so
Thanks, buddy.
Again, my individual was a 21. My group was a 20. I got really good rolls.
Awesome. So with that, we're going to take a quick bio break. It is halfway through what we've intended to do. We've managed to get this far. We're going to take a quick 5-minute bio break. When we come back, unless there's something else that needs to be discussed, it will be morning time. You guys did not discuss, though, where you were going to meet and what time you were going to meet in the morning. So do you want to tell me that now?
I think our go-to would be our hangout, or if you guys want to do something else.
Yeah, I'm good with meeting at the hangout.
Yeah, because where we're going is towards the hangout anyway, right?
And that's our little place in the woods, right?
Yeah,
That's our group home.
Sure.
Oh, you tell me, is it?
Sure.
I don't trust you ever, Ken.
What time would you like to meet in the morning at your group
5
home?
a.m.
5 a.m. at the group home.
The quest starting at.
Sure,
I need to
5
quit
a.m.
saying
after
words.
closing the bar. I'll be just a
Chris, what
bundle
time
of
is it
energy.
now?
You can, Kissy, you can sleep on the wagon.
People who only need it for.
Okay, yeah, I'll sleep on the wagon.
Okay, so what we're going to do is Brian's going to queue up the bio break. If you need to use the restroom, get something to drink, grab those chips and salsas, and we'll meet right back here in just a few moments.
All right, here we go.
Welcome back. Oh no, that was a bad roll. Okay, let's. Oh,
I have a single anxiety.
and I didn't check that one. Oh, that's. So, that being said, Sabrina, give me a persuasion check. Roll skill check. You're
23.
mute. She is absolutely reluctant, but she thinks you're in pretty damn good hands. So she'll allow you to go.
DM, I actually sent you what I feel happened
Oh,
on Discord. I was trying. I didn't know I was still muted.
No.
I just think it would be more in character for how the relationship has been feeling.
Not a problem. That happens.
This is what you tell us.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I'll explain to the team. Don't worry.
If you guys want to have those actual combos, we can have those actual combos. But if not, you can explain those little quick convos. I've already rolled some dice, and everybody that needs to be out of the clear is out of the clear. So if you needed to have a quick combo with the individual, you can let us know what they said or how it went.
I beat my mom in a duel. She is now asleep. That's why I can go.
Put her to sleep.
I like it.
I did.
You had no other choice but to agree.
No,
Aggressive
we're totally
negotiations.
not going to catch a kidnapping charge on that. It should be fine.
But yeah, Malux
It's all bark,
would,
no bite.
Yeah. After the conversation with his friends last night, Malux would definitely, after psyching himself up enough, would have made his way home as stealthily as possible and gotten inside. If they were awake, he would have broached the subject then and there, and if not, he would probably waited till the morning. But
Okay. Yeah, for everyone involved, your individual relatives, parents, uncles, aunts. I think at the age you are all at, although most of you are very young, understand. And I think that all of you going as a group was probably a lot of a part of the persuasion. You're not just going randomly with some random stranger off in to somewhere. You know, you are going with Thordrin's kin, so it's okay.
See, everybody trusts me. It's fine.
Trust the short bald guy.
He's not bald. He has his long hair on top like I used to back in the day.
Yeah, but has anybody pulled on it to see if it's real? It's just a flap of horsehair.
Really young for a toop.
So, that being said, the morning comes 5 a.m.-ish. A lot of individuals, locals, have already been making their way out to the fields in the early morning. As you pass by the Neverwinter River, the cool air is met by the warm water, and this nice little cloud usually happens in the mornings anyway. Sometimes in the fall and winter time as well. It's got this nice fog layer that sits over the top of it. You see some fishermen kind of barely making their way out and casting nets. Just the most normal things you would see in the morning. And it just so happens that as most of you start to pass out of town to your little sanctuary that you have and that you've built for yourselves, you will be passing by the stables. And as you pass by the stables this early in the morning, you see the two individuals that you saw from Neverwinter earlier. They're climbing onto their horses, and they're just starting to make their way out of town east. They don't seem to be in much of a hurry. They're both probably chewing on some dried meat of some type, but they are getting underway. With nothing said to them, I'll just have you guys at your little hideaway, your little hidey hole in the woods at 5 a.m. in the morning. What
I
would
will
you like?
say, like, Dordrin is there, like, already doing, like just basically, like, jogging in place, like, ready to go. Like, I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
How do you have this much energy at the actual ass crack of dawn?
I don't know. I'm a morning person.
He didn't sleep.
Yes, I
You
did.
didn't sleep?
I got, like, a few couple hours. It's fine.
Well, where are we supposed to get this card at?
We have to load it first.
Now yeah, that's the thing.
Details.
Because Shanoa was
details.
slacking. She was supposed to do it last night, but instead she was at the bar like an alcoholic.
That's nuts coming from you.
I'm a dwarf. It doesn't count.
All right, nice joke. And next you're going to say we're going to have to also unload it when we get there?
No, maybe.
No, actually, no, we don't have to do that.
See?
Good. So what's the rest of this master plan? We meet them. Where are we meeting them?
We may have to go back to town to the forge.
So you're saying we could have just met at the forge?
Nope. Had to be here.
Okay. Was there a reason why I had to be here?
Probably.
Ceremonial.
See? See, Bree gets it.
Well,
She
we're
gets
burning the base down. I thought it was just a job.
it. Is, y'all are picking this thing to death. The point is, we're getting out of town, and you fuckers need to get excited about it.
I'm excited. I really am excited.
I'm gonna bark.
I like knowing things. The more, the better. Sometimes.
And that's why skulks run on rooftops.
So
Speaking-
I get this correctly. You all meet an hour out of town to come back to town where the brother and sister knew the carts would be there.
Yep.
So on the walk back.
Ceremonial.
So on the walk back,
Well, on the walk back, everybody saw those guards heading in the same direction as that weird shadow thing anyone was talking about, right?
Yes,
And they
are no better in the sunlight.
Yeah, but
Was there an
Thunder
actual
Tree
question? I'm
is.
sorry.
We're not supposed to go by Thunder Tree anyway, so it's fine.
Plus,
Out
if
of
you
sight,
feel
out of-
confident. Feel confident in taking that wing thing. Good for them.
Clearly, it's a them problem. You guys are just trying to pee in my Cheerios. Let's go load a wagon and get out of Bloodblessed. This is what we should be focusing on. This is all we should be focused on.
Yeah.
No, we could be- We could
Let's-
actually be an hour down the road by now.
And you could be an hour into shutting up, but here you are, still talking.
I'm gonna go load up the wagon.
At least somebody's ready to do their job, unlike Shanoa.
Oh,
Is supposed to load it last night. Didn't. Just saying.
Well, if you want
So
to,
as
you three can go, and three of
as
us
you,
can follow the goblins.
as you approach the forge, you see in front of you Gundren and Sildar. They are loading the second wagon, and they don't look happy at all. And
Noah, it's all your
as
fault.
soon as Gundren sees Thordrin, he beelines straight towards you.
Oh shit.
You were supposed to load this last night.
You heard me. I told Shanoa to do it. She didn't. It's totally her fault.
Look, you two need to get your shit together. You're going to take this stuff. It's going to be an easy trip, but you two need to talk some shit out, I think. Get it together. This was supposed to be loaded last night so that you could leave it on.
You know, in Dwarven culture, the older sibling tells the younger sibling to do something and they listen. This half-elf just doesn't know what the pecking order is.
Well, nevertheless, we've already got this halfway loaded. To take another 10 minutes to load it, but I'll allow you to do that. Look, take the high road, then you're going to make a left, then you're going to make another left. It's very simple. Follow the fucking signs. It's easy.
Sorry, Mr. Gundren. We'll take more responsibility from here on out.
If you are successful, again, maybe there's something more, but we're not getting off on the right foot. I'm not trying to be a hard ass or anything, but Jesus Christ, we've got to leave. We have some business we need to take care of prior to getting there, and as soon as we do that, we'll be there, waiting for you, hopefully. But hurry up! What are you standing here for?
I am already loading shit and yelling at Shanoa. You were supposed to do this last night. I literally said, Shanoa, do this before you come to the bar.
Dwarven. You know, there's a lot of you, not I, or we. You notice that?
Nope.
Of course not. I'm sorry, Gundren. You see what I deal with.
So both Gundren and Sildar hop onto their horses. Their saddlebags draped over. You see some small pack with maybe provisions or something like that in there. A small map case, different things, just some odds and ends kind of things. And they just kind of bid you farewell. See you in a few days. And at a pretty brisk pace through town, they kind of make their way. And then if you were to hear them, they kind of like pick up the pace a little bit. And they're mostly heading towards Neverwinter. But you all know that there is a cutoff road that goes between Floodblessed and the high road. I don't know why I want to keep saying a road. High road, which will cut off a little bit of time for you. But nevertheless, you still have a good 15-20 minutes of packing to do. But both oxen on both carts are ready and raring to go. We just need to know who is driving, who's sitting where, who's sleeping, who's as you start to make your way out of town.
Opposite cart of Thoradin.
Fine. Be that way. Actually, you know what? Luke's, you can drive, right?
I'm not here. I am a box.
You are clearly here.
You're actually allowed to come this time. You don't have to hide.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't get much sleep last night. I just need to be inside. It's darker. My eyes hurt a lot. You don't mind?
Okay. I could try driving. I don't think I've done it before, but how hard could it be?
Doesn't even require a skill check.
The ox mostly know where they're going, right? Yeah.
Can I
totally.
read while I do it?
Some
You can
people
sit up
do.
front with me.
So
No,
so
you can sit up front with me, and
you-
yeah, there'll be plenty of light for your book.
if you are driving, you would be driving. If you wanted to sit next to that individual and read, or sit in the back and read, it doesn't matter. That would be easy. But if you are designating yourself as a driver, all you're doing is driving.
So Thordrin will take a second to make sure that there is like food and water for the ox, and make sure that he packs something for Bar.
So there are 6 individual packs that are also there. Remember, those are the packs that were given to you earlier, but those are your packs as well, which contain, again, whether it was a Dungeoneer pack or an Adventurer's pack or the pack that you chose. If you look in your packs, in your inventory, I did modify a few of them. So that's what would be inside of there. You dig around you can tell that these packs were somebody else's pack. These are just hand-me-downs, but that's what's inside of them.
Why does mine have glitter on it?
But who do I have driving cart A? And cart A is going to be the lead position.
I'll drive cart A.
I'll grab B then.
And after making sure that that stuff is in there for that he's got something for Bar. He has Goodberry if he needs to. But he will actually sit there and be like, all right, bud, you ready for a ride? Kind of a long one. And upon him kind of like nuzzling into me, I'll be like, all right. And I'll hop onto him, and I'll kind of ride out in front of both of the carts to kind of keep point.
Okay. So you're out in front.
Yep.
Riding Bar.
Yep.
So I have on cart B, Kithrin's driving. Cart A, Shanoa's driving. Who else is in cart B then?
Sabrina is sitting next to Kithwin in cart B, reading her book, and reading it too, Kithwin.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have an audiobook. That's
an A,
awesome.
but, you know,
You got a podcast.
I assume I'm hiding in part A.
Okay.
yeah, in the back, so you could watch both ish.
No problem.
Where are you?
I'm in A.
So as you guys start
combustible back there.
to make your way out of town on this relatively open area, flanked on both sides by your agricultural areas, there's a clear road that kind of cuts through that area. It's mostly used, at least closer to the city, it's mostly used as kind of a main thoroughfare from all the little agricultural areas to transport everything into town. But you all know that once you get past that, in probably a good 3 or 4 miles, it does get a little rougher. You're not really worried about that, but it's more of an unimproved kind of trail per se. But that does cut off quite a bit of time. If you were to go straight to Neverwinter and then go, you could say that you could almost cut off a full day, at least a good 15 hours or so. But as you guys start to make your way down the trail and out into the agricultural area, not much going on. Easy day. Starting to get a little bit warmer. About noontime rolls around. You start to hit this kind of rough kind of a patch and check the wheels real quick, and the wagons are four-wheeled wagons with 2 large oxen that aren't exactly fast, but they're getting the job done. A few more hours goes by, and you can see in the distance the high road in front of you.
Would we have been on the high road before? Or would we not have with where we go to Neverwinter?
So the high road is that main thoroughfare, kind of going up the Sword Coast. So for your information and knowledge about this, again, it's a main traveled, wide, probably easy two wagon wide kind of a road, and it is for the most part safe as long as you stay on that road. There are bandits every once in a while, but this is a road that sees so much travel that it is very frequent that you would run across some kind of local guard from a little town or a little stop, or maybe even from Neverwinter, Candlekeep, Boulder's Gate, things like that along the full length of this, all the way down into the southernmost areas of Faerun. Do bad things happen? Sure, bad things can happen. But for the most part, this is the safest route. And you'll be making a left soon on the Tribor Trail. So anything you want to, is about mid-afternoon, anything you need to do?
Oh my god, I can't believe the killer was the twin brother.
It doesn't make any sense, but that is what they said happened. I still think there's something else. There is still a bit of an epilogue.
Okay. I missed listening to you read your books. I've been so busy with the tavern, I haven't been able to listen to a good story in a good long time.
I miss reading your books as well. It gives me a chance to talk. I forget I can do that once in a while.
I love you, Lil.
So,
I would say every so often, I would ritualistically cast Speak with Animals and just kind of like talk to Bar and just ask him if he's picking up anything, like if he smells anything out of the ordinary with his bear senses and stuff like that, and really just ask him how he's feeling every once in a while, like, how you doing, bud? Like,
I'm quite bored, to be honest with you. This
I
is
know.
like, these oxen are pretty fucking slow.
I know, right? But you know,
Speaking of slow oxen, I think after a certain point, Malux would actually pull himself out of the wagon once we're a decent enough distance away from town and go, oh, okay. You need help driving?
We're good for now.
you told them you were leaving.
Yeah, I did.
So why were you hiding?
You did
I had
tell
a
them,
headache.
right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, is this like a for real you did, or this is like one of my I did?
How about you
Like-
roll an insight check, buddy?
Yeah. Insight.
I won't tell you everything.
Well,
I was waiting. I'm like,
That would be a 24.
all right. Well,
20.
Okay. So, actually, I'm gonna send you this in a DM.
Okay.
Cool.
so,
So,
hey, Thornton,
yeah, buddy, what's up?
I'm craving meat again.
You know, we can't eat people, and the
No.
ox. We kind of need those. We kind of need the ox for getting to where we're going. But
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what. I know, but you know, I will keep my eye out when we take a rest to see if I can hunt you down something to kind of get you a little something. But for now,
Is he
how about
asking for
this?
food?
And I just kind of
You tell him about the special jerky you got him. Don't forget
What?
about the special jerky.
what special jerky?
The one you got from.
You're a dick. So you kind of see me kind of do this like weird druid stuff, which you guys don't see me do often. But I kind of like just sit here, kind of like shape in nature, and then in my hand, all of a sudden, I have these like 10 berries. I'm sitting here like, tell you what, bud, pop one of these in there. Open.
Nope.
buddy.
No,
Bar-Instein Bear.
no,
We talked about this.
no.
That sounds like a persuasion roll to me.
I want a bunny.
Persuasion or is it animal handle?
What's he
Persuade.
saying?
Either way, it's a
Intimidation.
disadvantage. He said no.
Intimidation.
I want a bunny. I want a bunny. Give me a bunny.
Do you see any bunnies around here?
I'll look around.
No.
Okay, so
I mean, there's,
when we
to be honest with you, there's some small birds. There's everyone. Maybe a little ground squirrel takes off. Again, we're on a kind of a plain area. This time of the year, the grass is just getting brown. Not too much, but again, if looking into the distance, and you can kind of see where this high road. You're going to kind of navigate to that high road. There is a small cluster of trees. Again, this is a few miles away, but you can tell that there's a small cluster of trees, kind of maybe in that path that you're taking at this point. But other than that, it's just like, other than me, other than reading a book, this is like some boring ass shit. And like, I hope this isn't how adventuring is, because I'm really bored. I mean, that bear is bored.
So, as we were walking and I'm continuing to argue with him, like, just open. Oh, you. In that second, I try to shit with it in there. Nope.
Oh God.
Nope. Mm-mm.
What is going on up there?
Nothing.
Thoradin's being Thoradin.
I just fed my bear, all right? It's fine.
Nope.
You.
Can I, DM, may I roll a luck roll to see if maybe Kithwin had foreseen this and maybe put some dried jerky in her storage? Just roll a luck roll, see if I remembered that.
So, as Maluk's was in the back of the wagons, taking a break, a siesta, he did see a few bags of flour, a couple of casks of dried pork, 2 barrels of looks like some kind of ale, lots of tools and things like that, miscellaneous mining tools and things, but it is kind of stocked with some supplies. You don't know if they're marked as these are part of what I have to bring with me, or maybe they were sent from, maybe that some of it I could take. There was nobody looked and nobody asked, so that's on you guys. But there are those things back there, and each cart is distributed with about the same thing.
Are there any like of these crates that have any kind of a seal or marking or like that, anything like that on there, or is it just all?
No, I mean, we're rudimentary flour, rudimentary ale, strong. Nothing really. There's no,
It's
whatever
flour
that
is likely meant to be provisions for someone that we're delivering to.
Yeah.
Well, he said that we got some stuff too. He said that food was. I think he said food was included, didn't he, Chinoa?
At least you what you do know is that in those packs that you have in your inventory, you have at least some days' rations that were in there, and those are fresh. But other than that, nobody said they were packing a ham sandwich for lunch.
Well, I just kind of pop one of the good berries in my mouth, and I'm good. But
That's fine.
I do have 4 rations. That's good for 1 day. Are the rations meat, or is it like hardtack?
It could, to be honest with you, I would allow you guys to determine what it was. Only because you never know. We might have a vegetarian in the group.
Okay, then mine is dried jerky, and
Apparently, that excited Bart.
Apparently. And Kithwin, being a softie for the bear, will sacrifice her ration for the day and get it to the bear instead.
You don't
No.
do that.
I'll be okay. I'll eat tomorrow, and we can always
No,
do some
here.
hunting tonight.
And I kind of give her one of the berries.
Oh, see, that's a fair exchange. Here, give this
There
to
we
the
go.
bear.
Just, anyone feel free to let me know if you see a rabbit or something. I've got some
Thornton.
stuff I can
Yes.
try.
Thornton,
What? What?
this is a little dry, Thornton. Can I get some water?
Maybe it would be best if we stopped for just a rest. Think we would all
No,
make
I take out my water skin and I kind of like right into my hand, like kind of like so he can like lap it out of my hand, and I just kind of sit there like.
I've got it. I've got it. I'll shape water out of a little bottle on my belt and just
So as
hold it up
Luke,
for him to like.
I was
gulp.
gonna say as Luke goes to like cast something, you see Thornton get like, okay.
You see him jump into.
There's this long looping like string just comes out and just I'm just doing shapes and loop de loops in front of bars, so he has to work for it.
Okay,
There you go. See?
This is enough of this shit. Let's keep going.
Are we going to ride just straight into the town?
No,
not
we're
going
gonna have to
stop
take a
and
rest at some point. But
It's
So,
about
like-
it's about mid-afternoon. You probably got another few hours to kind of you can around a few hours to get to again that kind of meeting point of the high road, that little cutoff that you guys have, and then again you could probably see a little clump of trees. Now keep in mind, as a DM, and Brian and Patrick could attest to this, there are on most major roads in any place that I DM for, there are usually at about regular intervals a place where it's known that you can pull off a wagon. It probably has already some semblance of this is kind of a camping site, a known camping site. It may be in an area that there's a known small spring. There's usually a fire pit or two, depending how big it is. But you can best guess that that's probably what that is. There's nothing really else in either way that you look. That's probably what that is. And you'll be there in just a few hours and be able to set up camp and take a breather.
So as we're walking down the road and all that kind of stuff, you guys see at one point Thorgrin and Bar just kind of stop. And like as you guys catch up, you just hear me say, "This is it. If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been."
You stole my fucking line. I'm the halfling here.
I stare at Thorgrin for a second and go, oh yeah, same. I mean, technically, we passed that like way back for me, but this is it's still going. A high score kind of sort of situation.
Yeah.
You stole her thunder.
Well, to be fair, she's not taking any steps though. She's in a wagon.
Also, the farthest would have been back at the fucking village, not here.
So as a few hours pass, you do see a random wagon or two, small carriage pulled by a single pony, heading towards one or two of them heading towards, they're going north towards Neverwinter, about what you can think of as probably about a day away from where you're at right now. You may see in the distance a longer caravan that doesn't look like it's stopping. It's just continuing on past this small grove of trees. But as you make it onto the high road, it kind of flattens out. It's a little steadier. It's a little more even of a road. Definitely enough room for 2 full heavy wagons to pass with ease. And just within about 15 to 20 minutes of that time, you see like this designated rest stop, little sign pointing down.
Is there a sign that says next rest stop in
In 24 hours?
miles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pete.
I put on the turn. I put on the turn signal and make my way off the exit ramp.
The oxen starts clicking
Yeah.
one of its horns.
So as you can see, as you start to pull into this little area, it kind of slopes downwards slightly, and then really flattens out into a circular grove of trees. This circular grove of trees has had, throughout the years, numerous people probably staying here, and the whole back of the area has this kind of makeshift fence thrown together, just kind of limbs of trees, maybe a fallen log in the back. There is a small trail, looks like a game trail that goes out the back of that a little campsite and area. But this one, it has 2 distinctly large, oversized fire pits. Both of them have grates over the top. Both of them have these metal triangular structures over to hang a pot or something below. You can see where there's an area that because of the way the sun is setting now, the shadows are long over the road from these trees, and there's a nice little area, like if you were to set up a few good-sized tents, but nobody took a tent, so it is not going to be that cold out, but there's plenty of things for you could do. You could pull the top canvas off of a wagon if you wanted to, and
I brought a space heater.
a space heater. Over to the more left side of this, again, this is a more shaded area throughout the day, and there are some grasses that are growing, but there also look to be some old bales of hay that have been left by other party members, or other people passing through the area. There's some little bit of timber. It's kind of just set up like a little KOA camp, ready to go. You just pay your fee and you're on your way. It's pretty simple. But as you pull in, we can make this brief, or we can make it.
Is there a water source nearby?
From what you see this minute,
We have a water source with us.
there is a trough, but the trough is dry at this point in time. That's off to the left again. There doesn't seem to be a like what you can determine right now. It doesn't seem to be a water source right there in this area. Again, at the back of this is a small, like a game trailish kind of a thing, but that's about it.
So I'll just kind of look at Bar and just be like, "All right, you stay here with Kitty. All right, I'll be back just a minute." And I kind of take my short bow out of my pack, and I would like to go not too far to be like out of reach of the rest of the party in case anything popped off, but far enough to do a little hunting for any rabbits or whatever I can.
Is anybody else going with you? Or I should ask, is everybody else just setting up camp? What are we doing?
I am.
Sabrina for sure has already plopped herself down and is reading again.
If there's not any firewood readily available at the campfire, I'll go with just to collect some lumber.
Okay. There is some there. Again, this is probably one of those kind of things, like the good neighbor kind of attitude, in which if you use some lumber or firewood, maybe you should replace it. But there is some there. Probably not enough to keep you through the night, if that's what you wanted to do. But there is some there. But if you're going to go with him, you guys can go together.
I will take what's available at this moment, throw it into the fire pit thing, snap my fingers, and a small fire comes up from the fire pit. Woo! And
I
just
will,
go, all right.
Did you say there were like hitching posts there?
Yeah, there can be off to the left, right near like a little water where a water trough is, but it's dry.
I will secure the 4 oxen
Okay.
to the hitching post and water them and also feed them.
Okay.
I'll secure the wagons to make sure they're kind of tied up tight, and just kind of keep an eye out to see if there's anybody else at the campsite that might like wander over and maybe take things. Just basically like our job is to make sure that this stuff gets where it's going. So I'm just doing what I can to secure it before
So
we bed down.
are you looking down both directions? So let's just fast forward a tiny bit, and the sun is going to be down in 30 minutes.
Okay.
So there is enough daylight out. You don't see that long wagon train anymore. Maybe the rolling hills it's disappeared. To your north or to your south, to the north, you don't see anything coming your direction. Again, maybe the little bit of a rolling hill is the one cart is gone by now. You don't really see much of anything. It's kind of quieting down. Small birds are picking up their chirps in the evening. Some small game as Thorndrin and Malukes make their way onto this small game trail. As soon as they make their way at the back of this area, as soon as they make their way through that, this game trail goes immediately to the left and to the right. It's just wise.
Okay. Game plan. We split up.
Totally, absolutely what we should do. You want left or right?
Left side, best side. I'll head left.
And I'm always right, so I'll go that way.
Okay, I want each of you to roll an unmodified D20 for me.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. 18.
Shanoa, what are you doing?
After
Awesome.
securing the oxen near where the campfire is, I'll lay out the bedroll, but I will like take residence on like a stump or a rock or something and pull out kind of like a sharpening stone and just kind of go over my sword just to kind of keep it sharp.
Okay. Sabrina, what are you doing?
Staying also by the fire on her own bedroll, reading. Every so often looking around, kind of keeping her senses open, and then back.
Okay, so you guys are kind of doing that cowboy camping thing, kind of around the fireplace. Yeah. Okay. What is our rogue doing?
Can I do a perception check to see which tree would be the best I could stay in, so I could get height?
No, you don't need a
Vision.
perception check. You can
All right,
pick up.
I'll just get the easiest tree to climb that
Nice.
up and down with to get a nice view of like people watch out.
Okay.
Be a lookout.
These are massive valley oaks. They've probably been there for 100+ years. Massive trunks with these massive branches that naturally form an area that you can just kind of chill out on. Maybe not wide enough to sleep on alone, but maybe kind of if you kind of hunk yourself up to the trunk on that limb.
Watch,
Yeah, and it's almost like they built it for the perfect view over the top of your group. It's beautiful. It's perfect.
Nice.
If it's not rooftops, it's trees.
So, Thorndrin, as you make your way right, correct? Yeah. As you make your way right, this trail kind of curves back and around a little bit, and as it starts to pull back and around, what you see in front of you is this kind of naturally occurring rock formation, and kind of a man-made kind of a rock and mortar formation that collects water. And it looks like it's a small spring. There's not a lot of water coming from it, but it's definitely enough for probably a good 10 or 12 people to have enough water to go to the next spot or the next day or to Neverwinter or to down the road. It's not a lot of water, but it's water.
Okay. Is it so it's clean?
It seems to be clean. Didn't we have this discussion about clean water on the on the roleplay channel?
I don't know.
There are protozoa in it.
Sweet.
Maybe some Cryptosporidium, Giardia.
Protein.
Ken, I give you credit. It's been 2.5 hours and you haven't said cloaca once.
No.
All right.
No.
So at this point, like seeing the water, I'd like to keep my eye out for any, like I said, just any rabbits coming in, any small game like that. Enough
You
to
actually don't see a rabbit, but you do spot a small marmot.
The fuck is a marmot?
Well,
Brian says because
typically marmots are more mountainous creatures, but this is going to be the best equivalent I can give you. It's not a badger, but they're quite tenacious. But you kind of see
big enough to make a meal out of it, or is it?
Yeah.
Then I would like
medium
to.
doggish.
I would like to take out the marmot.
Okay, so first, what I want you to do is I want you to give me a. Let's just do like a stealth check at disadvantage.
Sweet. Okay, that was actually really good. That is an 18.
It doesn't seem it kind of notices your presence, but is not fleeing.
I am a tree. So is it looking like at me?
It's not really paying much attention to you. Maybe you snapped a branch as you came in and it kind of looked up, but it just like it's kind of far enough away. In the bramble, maybe 28 feet, maybe 30 feet. But it feels like it's pretty secure in the bramble. It definitely doesn't know you're there. I rolled a 1.
Okay. And having hunted before, do I feel like I have a good shot at this thing, or do I feel like
it's a shot through bramble?
Fuck it, we'll go for it.
Okay.
Actually, no, we won't, because I forgot I didn't have enough to buy a bow. So I guess I'm hucking a ice knife at it. Is what I'm going to do.
No bow.
I thought no. Okay, I remember what
arrow,
happened.
but no bow.
No. I misunderstood
bows.
what he said about the stuff and the amount that we had and the cost of the bow. So it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm ice knifing this. We're gonna have frozen marmot.
Holy shit! You know, ice knife explodes, right?
Go ahead.
No, he's made his bed. He has to lie in it.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Frozen
is
dinner
a
has a new meaning.
16 plus 7.
Okay. And what's kind of left is a half of whatever it was and a large poof of fur. It kind of crystallizes and then turns into a mist.
And you hear it scream its bloody death because you still have Speak with Animals up.
Nope. That only lasts for 10 minutes, and I did not have that up when we came in here.
My body is over there. I'm over here. Why did you kill me? Don't kill me, please. I would have gone.
I come up on this thing and I find out that it has like a bunch of kids or something, because that would just be totally.
You hear?
Don't roll for it, and you'll never know.
You hear in like Marmot just, Daddy, was that you?
He went out to go get milk for us.
You know what?
Kiswin,
Kiswin, roll an unmodified D20. Let's see what happens.
Awesome. Only good things.
It's never good things, actually.
Not with Ken, it's not.
That's a 6.
You scurry around, you look, you find a burrow. There's nothing in it. There's a
Okay.
half of an animal that would probably feed 3 humans.
In the burrow?
No, that you exploded.
Oh, that I got.
He was a bachelor. It was fine.
You dress it out real quick, whatever's left that you can get. You're like, this is a quick meal for 3 humans. That's about it. Nothing spectacular. A little gamey, but nothing spectacular. But let's go over to Maluk's for a second.
Maybe I should
Of
try
course.
the sword whip next time.
So it is a little dimly lit where you're at. You've taken probably a good 30 to 40 feet into this thicket. It's a little thin.
I'm one of the very few people in this party that does not have dark vision.
I know I have distinctly no DV.
I'm pretty sure there's
No
only
bow.
one other person who doesn't have it.
Kitswin, I have no DV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely no DV. Blind as a fucking bat right now. I hope you don't need help.
So I want you to roll
Okay,
me a
is
perception
that-
check real quick.
What kind of check?
Maluk's, just a perception check.
Sure. It's 14.
Okay. You've gone about 30 feet at best, and the most rankest smell you've ever smelled starts to permeate the air. It is disgusting. It smells like, let's just say it smells like shit.
Luke's kind of crams his eyes shut for a second, takes a breath, regrets it, lifts, reaches into his bag and pulls out a small bead that's already glowing itself, and just kind of like looks down at his shoes.
It's just a little dirt path. It's again, it's just this little kind of thin path in the bramble. Trees are above you, but looks like it makes a sharp right hand turn within the next couple of feet.
Okay, I kind of like look at that, double check my shoes again just because of that smell. Go,
No, nothing.
Weird. I'll keep going.
Oh my god.
So as soon as you start to go around the corner, you notice that there are several pieces of what seem to be torn cloth or textile hanging from a small tree, like a limb on a tree.
Oh,
Right past that, you see
Okay.
a pretty good sized log that has 3 kind of nice indentations in it. And it looks kind of worn out. And you're like, that's where this smell is coming from. You're picking up urine and shit smell.
I will stop where I am, look at the scraps of cloth and everything. Is there like a loose rock near me?
Sure.
I'll just reach out, pick it up, cast light on it,
Okay.
and then just huck it towards the log. Just get a better look.
What you see when it hits the ground, do you throw it behind the log or in front of the log?
This one in front.
Okay.
Just to get like a clearer view from my side. Just what am I looking at? Is this a shitting log?
Even in the front, as the rock hits the ground and tumbles forward, illuminating the area, you see a few flies scatter up into the air. As it illuminates just a little bit more, that kind of a shadow, you can see that there are quite a number of flies behind this log. And yeah, it's makeshift privies. I got one in every campsite.
Just kind of stare at that and go, well, shit. I'll turn back and make my way back the other way.
Okay.
So, just very similar to how we met. Like as my Luke's turns around, Thordrin is just like right there. Like, what's up, buddy? What'd you find? Anything good?
No, just a bunch of shit. You can see like back where I had just come
I
from. There's
found
like a
shit.
glowing rock that's like bright torchlight just sitting next to a log that's just flies everything.
So I just kind of like walk up to it and look, and that's one big pile of shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I was hoping I would find like a bunny or something.
I don't think you'd want to eat any bunny you found around here, but
No. I think my direction was the wrong way.
well, if you need to relieve yourself there, I guess, but personally, I'll just go find a spot in the woods there. That's kind of a lot of flies. Don't
As
really
we
want
have
'em.
proven, bears do shit in the woods. So
Yes, he does.
No.
I've seen
you're
you
a
take a
good boy,
newspaper.
Bar. I don't know what he's saying.
So as daylight fades into dark, you're going to sleep, correct?
I'm going to eat some of my ration before I fall asleep.
Shouldn't we take turns at
turns
watch? Yeah.
I was gonna say I would be
You guys
staying
did.
up.
Okay. Whoever's on the first shift watch, whether it's 4 hours or 2 hours, from here on, unless you specifically tell me, I'll just assume they're 4-hour shifts, so we don't have to roll 500 times. But tonight, other than stoking the fire, nobody passes by. Relatively calm. Does get a little bit chilly. And in the second half after midnight, maybe 1 a.m., the moon has completely traveled the sky. And really not much. Anybody looking north would see the very, very dim lights of what you know to be Neverwinter, even though it's it's at least a day or more than a day away. Yes, Sabrina.
On one of the times she's not on watch, Sabrina would have kind of taken off to just the tree line.
Okay.
To just so she's like slightly hidden, to go out there and meditate properly. She likes being surrounded, and for some reason that will be revealed later, doesn't like to meditate in front of others.
Okay. I don't like to meditate in front of others either. Anything else?
Yeah, Thordrin is definitely like as it gets chilly, instead of any kind of like sleeping bag or bedroll or anything, I just kind of like nuzzle back in the bar a little bit harder and just kind of like pull one of his paws over me and just kind of there we go.
Stop touching me.
You fucking love it. Shut up. And I give him kind of scritches like right under the chin.
He puts his big ass head on yours. And all you have for the rest of the night is this jowls as he kind of snores at night, a little bit of spittle running down, big jowls. You all wake up in the morning, rested. You all, I mean, it was an uneventful evening, nothing to really worry yourselves about. As you get ready, maybe putting some extra firewood for the next adventure or next campers by, you hastily get the oxen ready, wagons all secured, your belongings, and start back out on the road.
I would have refilled my water skin with that spring that I assume Thorin told us about.
Absolutely. And I would say in the morning too, because I still have most of my berries from yesterday. I give one to everybody, so then so everybody has a good berry.
I would
Yes.
check on the oxens from the wagons to make sure they're also watered and fed and ready to go. Just quick.
They're all ready to go. You guys did a very good job.
I would also be refilling my water at the spring, and my rations were homemade homemade power bars from my mother.
Okay.
I give you a bit of a weird look. When you offer water, I go, I'm good.
I mean, if you haven't noticed, he's creating water out of some kind of small decanter and just like throwing it around like it's confetti.
It tastes weird though. Got that spring fresh though. It's better.
It's got this kind of irony taste to it.
Those protozoas give that kick.
The
You guys
protozoa
have
give
your
it the
flavor
kick.
and stuff. I'm good.
Can I have some of the water out of the decanter, Malex?
Yes. I'll if you offer your wide skin, I just say splish and eventually just full.
Thanks. The other water, I guess I'm just used to the tavern. I give me such a tummy ache.
Oh, if there's any flavors you like, just let me know.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I get papaya mango?
Yeah.
Strawberry banana. Here we
I
go.
mean, I don't know what papaya mango is, so it'll be a great approximation, maybe.
You know what? Just lemon would be.
I know lemons, and I'll just quickly tap your water skin.
Thanks. It's kind of weird to be out here, huh?
Yeah.
Just a little weird.
Anybody miss it yet?
No.
It's no.
Insight check.
Are you serious?
I don't know. I do kind of miss my dad a little bit, but it's nice.
Kissy, we've been gone for like 14 hours.
You're just jealous because she actually gets along with her parent, unlike I do, or you do.
I get a well. For one, I don't know if I get along with my
It's
parents
just
because
me,
they're
he
dead.
hates.
But I get along with
Exactly.
my uncle just fine.
I get along with my mom's.
It's not that it's just I hope they're doing okay without us. I mean, we all helped out a lot.
I doubt the town is on fire.
The
Foreshadowing.
apothecary might be.
The Oak Father teaches us that everything happens exactly as it's meant to.
I explode. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Everybody make a dex save.
Should have seen that one coming.
Well,
So,
yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
Lilith, do you want to do the driving today? I kind of drove all day yesterday.
Tell you what, I will drive. You can ride the bear.
You mean it? And she looks at Bear. Would that be okay, buddy?
He says yes.
The silence is confirmed.
I was gonna say it's okay, but then Ken rolled the dice.
Luke, who has hung out with the bear so often, is just assuming he's interpreting the bear's thoughts the right way.
So if you're all ready, we make our way.
Sweet.
We're going to fast track a couple of small things. You guys make your way to the. No, there's no ticks on the bear. You make your way to the Tribor Trail. You're heading down, basically veering east along the Tribor Trail. You've had no trouble thus far, but this area can be a little bit more dangerous than the high road. Most notably, maybe some bandits and outlaws. This isn't as heavily traveled, but as you are making your way down, maybe a couple of hours, 10 a.m. or so, you start to come around a small corner. And as you start to make your way around a small corner, you notice there are two horses standing in the pathway. And this pathway, again, this roadway, is about a cart wide. On one side of it started to be a little bit more of that dippy, hilly kind of area. Rocks, bramble, oak trees, the same. Oak trees are a little spread out, but you definitely come around this corner and there are two horses standing in the path. Maybe let's put them at about 30 feet away from you.
So,
And you're still in front, right?
no, I'm driving, but Kitty
Oh.
is out with Bar, however far that would be.
Yeah,
But
so-
upon seeing them, I would definitely take the time to cast Speak with Animals again,
Okay.
and then just kind of like hand the reins off to like over Sabrina's book, just kind of like flop the reins over like
Puts the book
here.
down and grabs the
Here.
reins.
Yep.
A
Just,
little warning next time.
well, I did warn you, kind of.
Didn't say anything.
So as you hop down,
Fair.
you make your way towards Kithrin and the bear at the front.
No, I'm. Well, I would kind of like be telling Bar to like. I would give him the command to kind of just like back it up a little bit. Like, Bar, back it up, reverse. And then
Malukes, where are you at?
I probably would have been on the front wagon as well, unless we really needed someone. in the
Yeah,
back wagon.
we switched spots, so I'll sit in the back and you can drive this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as I'm kind of sitting at the front, I kind of notice the horses and everything. Go, okay, why are there just horses?
I'm working on it.
Okay, you want?
How
back up?
far are you away from the horses, Thorndrin?
I would say from about 30 feet away, I would start speaking to them in horse.
Okay. At 30 feet away, are you any closer than 30 feet, 20 feet?
I would say it like because I hop down and I'm starting to walk towards them. And
Okay, so can we put you at 20 feet?
sure.
At 20 feet, you definitely make out the saddle and the distinct saddlebags of Gundren.
Well, shit.
You also notice that there is a pack, some other things that are on the ground that the horses are kind of nuzzling with their nose. They're not running away from you, but as soon as you notice that, with your, let's see, I need a perception. I got that. You almost immediately, both you and Malukes at the same time. Malukes, you hear snaps in the bramble to your right. And Thorndrin, you hear a snap on this kind of elevated area behind us, kind of some rocks. And you definitely see a small goblinoid figure stand up, and he shoots an arrow at you.
Did I hear him say anything before he did that?
You didn't hear anything. You just heard a snap, and he was like, you look, and he's literally like this.
If only you had a bow.
I do, in my mind.
So what we can do right now is A, we can complete this, or B, we can stop here and continue it next Wednesday. This is a quick little, and that's about it.
I'm good. But
I have another hour before I have to be asleep for work in the morning. So if we can do it within the hour, I'm okay with keeping going.
I will do my best to actually get this done and the time that we had said that we would be done anyway. I'm doing my best. So, what I like to do when these things occur is I ask for, at least for Thorndrin and Malukes, what is your initial reaction? What will you be doing? It could be pulling out a sword. It could be pulling out a weapon. It could be jumping to the left. It could be jumping to the right. It could be something like that.
Question before that.
Yes.
You said shit. Did you say that out loud or did you think that? When
Me?
you discovered, yes, when you saw, did you say that out loud or did you?
oh, come on, Chano. You know damn well if Thordrin thinks it, he says it.
Okay.
There's not much of a.
Yeah,
I'm
just
playing him
probably-
very close to me.
he
There's
said-
not much of a filter between here and here. It's just kind of.
Probably
And
with how he said shit and probably the tone, I would have maybe more perked up.
okay.
Just
I'm gonna go with unless you guys say I am out of character. If you say "oh shit," you said "oh shit" in the game. We'll just make it
Yep.
easy on everybody.
Okay.
So, what would be your reaction, Thornton, other than "oh shit"?
So I would. I mean, I would probably definitely try to dive out of the way.
So you could go left, go right, go prone, jump straight up. What do you want to do?
I would say I will kind of do a tuck and roll to the right.
Okay. You tuck and roll to the right. Milux, what would you like to do?
Hearing the snap of the woods, easy decision. Maluk's dives away from the sound.
Okay. And you're on a cart. I mean, you're on a wagon.
Yes, he dives off the cart.
Okay, perfectly fine. So what we're gonna do right now is who's driving wagon number A or wagon A?
That would be Sabrina.
Sabrina.
I thought it
No,
was
she's
wagon
at
B.
Yeah.
No, you're B.
Oh,
Maluk
really?
I
was
was
driving,
A.
but we jumped up.
Malux is driving. Malux is driving.
Shanoa was driving A,
Well, that was-
and
But me and
Just
Maluk
no.
switched.
Yeah.
okay, so
And then Maluk's just bailed out.
And I was like right there with him, and he just
Like, what the fuck, dude?
okay.
Yeah.
So who's driving? We have one driver. That's Sabrina.
At the
I'm
moment,
still
yeah.
at cart B, so I'd be behind everybody at this point.
yeah.
Gotcha. You guys have great armor classes, by the way. And that one. So initially what happens is after you guys like, oh shit, bounce, one goes to the right, one goes to the left, out away from the sound. You have basically what you think is cover, Malukes, from that sound. There are distinctly 3 individuals standing on this kind of on the side of the road in the thicket. They are goblinoid. They are in line with the very first wagon, and there are at least 2 more up on this little kind of rocky kind of outcropping that Thordrin saw. Thordrin, both of those hit you. And Sabrina, gotta roll one more. All 3 of those miss you. It looks like they're trying to target either the drivers and especially the person in front. That's what it seemed like it to be. I'd like you all to roll a quick initiative for me, and just tell me what your initiative is.
Oh god, they're here.
Oh,
Nat 20 for 23.
A natural 20.
21.
30.
it's written as 20.
11.
Edmund,
You said 11.
11.
11. Milux,
11.
11. Sabrina,
Dirty 20.
okay. Shanoa
23.
and Thorndrin.
21. And I think Hithwin got a 20 as well.
Who has the higher dexterity?
For the 11.
Or the 2 20s? Kithrin and Sabrina, actually, sorry.
I have a dex of 19.
Okay.
Her. Mine's 17.
Okay. So you'll be going first, Kithrin. So as these arrows fly by you, Sabrina, you see Thorndrin take 2 arrows and go down.
Wait.
Your bear is like, what the fuck? And what I'll allow you to do is, if you would like to, either your bear can use your initiative, and I will allow your bear to move at least half the distance that they can move towards the target, if that's what you wish.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Am I still riding the
I was gonna
bear?
say, but Kithwin is going with them. But I
That-
kind of feel like that's
That's
what
fine.
Thor would do.
I want you to tell me what the bear is doing. You are in control of the bear.
So he is 100% like after seeing me go down, he goes into full like angry bear mode, and he will run towards the one that shot me, and then he just lets out a legitimate like grizzly roar, just like
Kithwin, make a dexterity check for me. A saving throw. No. It's a skill check. Acrobatics. That's your dex one.
Dang, that was a 24. Let me try rolling it again then.
No. If you rolled something, just add your modifier to it.
Okay. Dex modifier, so that's 18 plus 4, 22.
22? Okay.
22.
You go with it. Make a quick strength check for me.
Uh, 18.
Awesome. You're like, you make this quick jerk. This bear starts going up the hill. You're holding on to hair. I got this. We got this. It's just like one of those bucking bull rides in the, at every cowboy bar in the world.
Yeehaw.
Made an immediate left and went up this hill. We're going to actually jump off really quick to Shinoa with a 23.
So, how far away is Thornton from cart A?
We're going to do this with our eyes right now and in our minds. I can show you a map if you want, but I think we can get through it relatively quickly.
Okay. How far away is he from cart
He's
A?
going to be 12 and 15. That's 27. He's within 25 feet of you.
Okay. I'm going to jump off the cart and make a beeline towards him.
Okay. And how far can you move?
30
how fast?
feet.
30 feet. Okay. So you're going to reach him?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing when you reach him?
I am fumbling around in my bag for my healer's kit.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm holding, I guess, putting my shield on putting the shield on my back, so whatever projectile can be hitting the shield. So I'm blocking him.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Let me look at something real quick. Do me a quick favor. We're trying to speed this up just a tiniest bits. Do me a favor, because you jumped off the cart. You're running. You're trying to get out your healer's kit. This guy's definitely down. How about you give me a quick acrobatics check?
$12.
Yeah, you may have gotten that healer's kit out, but you're probably spilling more of it on the ground than anything. You're kind of struggling to get that out. Bonus action or action? I'd say that's a bonus action.
I guess action would try to get the healer's kit like this to get him stabilized.
Okay.
With it, so.
Okay. Want me to come right back? Come right back to you?
Well, I guess, do I have to roll anything to try to stabilize him, or?
So, okay, really quickly, he's got 2 arrows stuck in him. You put your hands on him. Is that what you do?
Yeah, because I guess instinctively I would try to delodge the arrows.
Okay, and can you explain?
As I'm doing it, I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not dying on me. Not like this, you piece of shit.
So Sabrina,
Yes.
Malux, you're dodging a corner. Kithrin's heading up the hill. How about Sabrina and Sabrina and
Endymion?
Endymion, perception check.
Okay.
Because you guys would have seen this happen.
Mine's gonna be a 17.
Okay.
7.
So Sabrina, what you see is as he's running, as she is running towards her brother, fumbling. I mean, stuff's flying out, like probably in a panic because it's her brother. I mean, that's the way it was explained to me. She puts her hands on him, and as soon as she puts his hands on him, you swear that you see a slight glow from both of Chenoa's hands.
Okay.
That goes to Kithrin. What are you doing?
I did have a thought.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I have magic missile, which is one of the spells that that's in the spell book my mother gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Since everyone's more focused on Thornton, Sabrina would have caught the glow of the hands, but remember there's a whole other situation on the other side, and cast magic missile to hit the 2 that are up in the trees and 1 that's on the ground because it creates 3 bolts.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save that just for 1 second because Kithrin's right before you.
Got it.
But we're gonna have those magic missiles popping off here. Thordrin, you would typically be up next, but you're not there. Kithrin, what you doing? You're headed up the hill with the bear.
How are we
Uh,
treating the bear's initiative? Is it gonna go on my initiative?
Gonna,
for future
it is.
things?
I just
Okay.
want to see what she does first.
Yeah.
And
No,
I know you're just gonna attack them. So it's kind of like that. I'm gonna hold my attack while she does something, and then probably lay waste to 2 little goblins. Poor goblos.
Am I within melee striking range of the goblins?
You are 5. How fast does the damn bear run? 30?
That's the thing. It's not my speed, so
Right. Is the bear move at 30, Brian?
Bear speed is 40.
So you're already on top of them. Yeah.
cool. I am going to get off that bear and do what I do best and do some punching.
Okay.
So I'm going
Dope
to
ass
attack.
monk shit.
For my action, I'm going to attack whichever one is closest.
Okay. We'll mark that one as A.
Oh, hang on. That was the damage, not the roll. I misunderstood.
Oh.
So let me make a roll, see if I actually hit.
Okay.
And then we can use the 9 as the damage. So it's a 13. Does that hit?
I'll say yes, just for brevity.
Okay. Then it's 9 damage. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to hit again.
Okay. Why won't this go to... There it is. Okay.
And that's a 17 to hit. The 13 hits. I'm guessing the 17 hits.
So these 2 up here, you definitely would hit.
Okay. So the second damage, 6 for that second bit of damage.
So the first one, how much was it? I'm sorry, 9?
9 for the first damage, and 6 for the second. So a total of...
So the first one that you hit, it's just like you couldn't have disarticulated his spinal cord any better. He just gets hit, snaps his neck, and drops like a bag of potatoes on the ground. The second one, this guy is still standing, but like on a wobbly leg. Like,
can I
wobbly leg.
Can I intimidate them? See if maybe I can get them to fuck off.
Sure.
I'm gonna roll an intimidation. Let's see if this works. That's a 12.
He kind of doesn't know where the fuck he's at.
No worries. Fair enough. It was worth a shot.
What is the bear doing?
So the bear starts off by using it gets 2 attacks according to the thing.
Yep.
So it's going to bite him with a that would be a 23 to hit.
That's a hit. He's pretty much a stationary target at this point.
Or 12 damage.
So how is this bear? It's a swipe attack.
No, that's a bite.
Oh well, it's right now. You've pretty much cleaved through the entire rest of this goblin that was standing there, kind of teeter-tottering to begin with.
Yep.
So much so that like one little leg is hanging out and an arm, it's just kind of hanging out and doing that,
Yeah, he angry.
Yeah, that poor
And
goblin.
then,
History.
because it's still mad, it's going to use its claws to just shred the one that's already dead. Because he's angry.
It's just
there
all
3?
you see is green
Or
goo.
was there another one? Because if there was
Was there
another
2
one,
or
he would have
3?
gone after that.
There
but I
were
thought
2
that-
in front of you. There were 2
Yeah.
on the left,
Mhm.
and then there are 3 that you don't know of, but there are 3 on the right hand side of cart A. The
And
very
then to end his turn, he just says, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys."
first. Sabrina, you fire now. Do you want to change the direction in which you fire your magic missiles?
I would
'Cause now
fire.
You have 3 targets to your right. They're not more than 15 feet away.
Then yeah, I would change my targets to them since they're
Okay.
closer to me.
Okay.
And
And
that.
damage.
Let me see if I hit first. Does a
Sorry,
23 hit?
a 23 hit. It's 1 for each individual one, though.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of them.
Yeah.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Oh well, that's just mean. 7.
The other one just kind of like, oh, I'm doing so good. This is the first time I've ever done this. The other one just kind of sails off into the bushes. But do damage on 2 of them. We'll call
So it's
that.
magic missile.
Oh,
5.
magic missile.
Magic missile just hits.
I was
That's
gonna
why-
say,
yeah,
Sabrina,
that's why
magic
I said-
missile.
That's why I said just do damage, and then somebody barked out.
Yeah.
Hit him. So you're just doing damage.
Okay.
All 3 hit.
Yeah,
5.
that's a good.
That's why I was like, no, I
and
literally was
5.
doing that. I'm like, I fired magic missile
6.
1,000
6
times.
and
But
6.
6 and 6.
Yeah.
You-
No, it was only 2 hit. You know,
no, all 3 hit. Magic
three.
missile is an
One more.
automatic hit.
That's a 3, so it would be 6, 6, 3.
Okay. So 2 of them drop immediately, and the other one is like,
Above game, if somebody wakes me up, I do speak
Skedaddle.
goblin.
Which is all she says. She just looks at it and just like shoos it away.
so we'll keep an initiative order just to make. Wait, 2 people got 11s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Edmund and Milux.
My Lukes.
My Luke, sorry. Who has the? Oh, I'll give it to the rogue. So my Edmund, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna kill that little fucker.
Okay.
I'll attempt to.
I mean, it's not like he might have information on where the fuck the 2 missing people are, but you know, you
2
go
missing
for it, kill him.
Well, I am upset. They just put our friend on the floor. Can I aim for like his leg?
We can always
to,
loot
like,
the body for
pull.
clues. It's fine.
Say you want to do non-lethal damage to it.
That's what I'm saying. Non-lethal. To,
So
like,
ranged non-lethal damage.
Is it high?
Are we pulling out the one arrow that has a giant tennis ball on the front of it?
The arrow that has the blunted tip.
So
It's got a
That works,
suction
yeah.
cup on it.
I'll put a
So-
glove on it.
yeah, so non-lethal damage for an arrow.
Throw the bow at it.
So what I'll do,
Just
what I'll
go
do,
hit it.
if you want to target a leg, or you want to target a specific part like a leg, I will increase his armor class to adjust for that, and you can make an attack.
I'll just okay. I got it. I'm angry at this point with all these things. I'm just gonna run after him. If I'm gonna
Okay.
kill him, I'm gonna do it with my own hands, kind of thing.
You're only 15 feet away.
Right, I'm gonna go snatch him.
He's got his hands up. I mean, he was like, nope.
Oh, I thought because he got dismissed by Sabrina, I was like, all right,
Nope.
I'll go
He didn't
snatch
go
him
anywhere. He's like, nope.
and use. We'll have manacles.
If I don't
Have
move,
in
they can't
manacles
see me.
or tie him up.
Nope. So who speaks Goblin?
The dead guy.
Don't worry about it. He very clearly in common is like, I'm good. This isn't worth it. No. Nope. He just saw your party literally massacre his 4 friends. Nope. So we're gonna go Milux. Is there anything you'd like to do? Malux.
Yes. I'm assuming Thordrin's within like 30 feet of me. Having like taken the dive, I kind of look over, see him hit the dirt as well. With Shinoa going to hang out over him. Knowing that something bad might happen to him, I think back and I know where Thorgrin would likely have his good berries on him, and if he still has spares, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Move it over to where
Okay.
he would have the good berries on him and force feed it to him.
Give me a perception check before you do that.
Okay. I will try to chaos that then. First one was a 3. Let's see. That would be a natural 1. 15.
Okay.
3 was a natural 1.
Okay. What you see maybe in the same, this is like 12 seconds of time at best, happening so fast. You dove off. You see underneath the oxen's feet, Thorndrin go down.
Yeah.
You saw Shinoa running over there. But as you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I can save him. You see his foot twitch. And in that same moment, Thorndrin, you gasp back to life.
Okay.
Other than the little goblin, we are out of combat.
Why are you so close to me?
I don't know. Because you're a fucking pincushion. That's why.
That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Dumbass. I'm not going to be the one that goes back and tells Dad, oh, well, we went out and he's dead. But he'd probably expect you would be the one that would come back dead.
Well, you don't really come back dead.
So the goblin was still chilling over there, right?
I have him.
Yeah, he's
I
literally.
would take a second to cast Cure Wounds on myself. How many hit points did I come back with? Just
You
one?
came back with 1.
All right, yeah. Cast a Cure Wounds on myself.
Sabrina,
Yes.
what did you see?
I saw. You know that she just brought you back with Revivify.
Okay. I don't
Did
know
you
what
know
that
that you
is.
could do that?
No. All I did was pull out the arrows.
And the fancy glowing trick was just what? Lights?
What fancy glowing trick?
The fancy glowing trick that happens whenever anybody uses Arcana.
I don't know Arcana.
Well, he should be dead.
He should be.
I
No,
shouldn't
you're
be.
not
I'm
listening to
fine.
Shanua. He was dead, and now he's not. And
How
the only one
bad
who
did these
touched
goblins
was
get
you.
me?
2 hours to the chest. This was your idea, and you go off and die on us.
Double
I
tap.
I
was a-
didn't die.
I would have had that written on your tombstone. I'm so upset.
It was
See those
13
two
points of
arrows?
damage, just so you know.
They were in your sternum.
No, by the way, no tombstone. If I die,
Oh, I'm just
burn
putting
me
in a
at a
goddamn
fire and huck me in the leg. Anywho,
Noted.
No, we wouldn't do
Noted.
that. So I don't know why you would suggest it. We need somewhere to go in
it's
your
only
when you're
it's
not
only my
here.
dying wishes, but fine.
Yes, Kithrin.
While
Kithrin.
that's going on, I want to go have a conversation with our new friend.
Okay.
So she's walking over full, like she's back into barmaid mode. She is back into like fucking walking over like, what the fuck are you doing in my bar mode?
Okay.
Goes over to the goblin.
Cracks
The two
her
that were on the
knuckles.
horses, do you know what happened to them? You gonna tell me? Go ahead.
Shanoa, is there anything you would like to do?
I would get up and be directly behind her as she is interrogating this.
I'd
Maluk.
still be yelling at you though.
Malukes, is there anything specific you want to be doing? No? Edmund?
Yeah, can I
I'm
do
going to keep saying Edmund. I don't know why.
Endemion. I had to learn
That
it.
echo is pretty good.
I had my on also. Can I do a perception check if there's anything else around? Since we got ambushed right now. In case he's lying.
I was gonna say I'd be going through the satchels and stuff like that, just carrying on like everything is completely fine.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave you and our audience with the interrogation of the goblin for next week. And why in the hell is Thorin alive?
He's
So
too
we're going to
dumb
leave you guys
to die.
there with that.
Too stubborn to die.
I think you misspelled that word.
What? Stubborn?
Never mind. I'll tell you after.
So without any further ado, we will see you all back here next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't piss off the barmaid.
What time in Bangladesh?
Go ahead and Google it. It's probably G plus 7. Probably G plus 7. That's probably what it was. But other than that, anybody quickly got anything exciting coming up in the next few days? Nothing?
Next few days. No, but on Mondays we have our Age of the Forsaken campaign for those of you that are following with that, where Ken tortures me as the incredulous rogue that always likes to start shit. That's going pretty good. And this coming week we should have a KJ back. That's exciting.
Yay.
And other than that, every other Friday, so next Friday, we will be back with a full party, Selkie included, for Golden Ghosts, as long as her medical stuff goes the way it should.
Awesome.
Yep.
Anything else from anybody? Anything? Going once? Going twice? All right, adventurers, this is more Drunken Blade, and I thank you so much for staying tuned. If you made it this far, send me a like, send us a love, send us a question, send us hate mail. Tell all your friends that you absolutely hated watching this, because they'll have to come and see it and prove you wrong.
Yes.
Once again, we are sponsored by the loving Clockwork Nexus. That's where you're going to find all this information and all these videos posted every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Pacific. Right? Is that when they
6.
No, is that when they actually get published, or is it being published right now?
It'll get. I mean, recordings will go up now.
Oh, I keep forgetting it's live. Sorry,
we are live.
Live, we're live.
But you can come check out all of our lovely detail. Sponsored is a strong word, but you and I sponsor this. That is true. That is true. We do pay money for this. So, yeah. So, yep. There we go.
All right, guys. I will catch you on the flip side. If anybody needs to contact me, you know where to get a hold of me at. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Bye.
Here.